Next map pick, guys.
कोई बताएगा?
I think we're gonna go for a split.
You're gonna go for split. Perfect.
Yeah.
Split pick by Boom. Juvie, what's going to be the side? G's going to be playing it starting at
Split defense.
split defense. Okay, next ban, guys. Come on, Juvie, your
भाई
ban.
पोस्टर टॉक का की सेटअप बता.
Let's ban Abyss.
Okay, Abyss is banned. Final two map remain. Which one are you going to ban?
Ben Haven.
Okay, you're banning Haven. That leaves us with
तो माइक का वॉल्यूम बढ़ा
fine.
समझ
Perfect.
क्या
So I'm going to see you with the casters shortly. Best luck for the games. Bye bye. Casters, take it away.
सेम
Bye,
की
guys.
यूज करना, दोनों का सेम की यूज कर.
Dang.
हाँ, सेम की यूज करना, दोनों का सेम की यूज कर.
Okay,
Are you guys happy with that map
different
pool?
now. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy.
I mean, it's the
you
exact
guys-
same one from yesterday, right? We're gonna
Apple?
send, split, and bind.
I can't make team stick maps.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was actually expecting Boom to pick bind, right? So them picking split is an interesting one because I don't think they've played split so far with this new roster. But Juvie, all the best once again. I'm hoping to see the exact same performance as yesterday, to see it today. So all the best, and to the team as well. Good luck.
ये टफ रहेगा आज.
Bye bye, guys.
Good luck.
क्लोज होना चाहिए.
Thank you.
Oh man, I'm excited. So this is my first time being here watching them play. So
Yeah.
I have seen their games. I have a bit of idea what to expect. So, honestly, looking at what we're seeing today, what are you thinking, Universe?
I am expecting Global Esports to dominate a scene as they did yesterday as well. They play that comp really well. They've got a great idea about it. I think Boom Esports, of course, must have watching their game yesterday, but I still feel like adapting to that kind of game style is going to be difficult up front of how they play. They play that push and pull system really well, the triple stack of contact burst, and then instantly attack on the other part of the map to kind of confuse the team. Works really well. Juvie knows how to make it work, and he's given the team great instructions to do it as well. Speaking of split, I was mistaken. Boom did play split in the final of the Predator League of Indonesia, and
Yep.
they did win 13-11. But they did
Split
play
ने बड़ा
a
है.
single duelist there
College,
with
same college,
Raze and a Sky and Viper double controller with the Omen as well. So it's gonna be an interesting
Yeah.
split
like
map. How they're gonna adapt, how Global Esports are gonna adapt to that double
तो तेरे को
controller
लगे,
because
मगर
they
मैं जब
themselves
अपना स्क्रीन
are
ओपन करना
duelists
तो
as well.
प्रॉपर आ रहा है.
So yeah, we're
Next
gonna
one.
see how it works.
Yeah, I am very curious to see how
They're
it's going to
deleted
go. I
already.
mean, coming again, in a day, right, we can make as many comparisons as we want, but it's still a pretty much a different roster. It's still not going to be the same. There's a lot of adaptations that's changed since then. And I think
Yep.
for if you guys did
That's
catch
what
them
I
play
mean.
Predator League Indonesia, I think it's also very exciting to
Yeah,
see
well,
what they've been able
that's
to
right.
offer, because for a while now,
मेरे
if you guys
को
watch Alter
इसका
Ego
volume
versus
कम आ
Boom,
रहा
it's
है
always been
stream
very
का.
close. There are moments where Alter
sorry.
Ego would come up on top.
अपने
But
इसमें
this
watch
time, it
party
didn't
का.
even feel close, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it was a little, top ended,
the setting
and
में कर,
I'm
मतलब
I'm
squad का है
I'm,
ना.
I'm okay with that because Boom Esports have been
Height
playing
में तो मतलब height
really
setting में.
well. I mean, honestly, it's just a roster, right?
नहीं,
You've
वो
got
अपना
some
individual
great
है.
players who've deserved to be in that tier
हाँ,
one for
वही बोल
quite
I
some
mean,
time.
it's not just about roster. I think it's also about dynamics. I think we saw
वो चलेगा,
NRG
इसका.
last year, right? They were collecting all of the super players, put them all in one team, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is definitely 100% NRG's here. But the one biggest problem
That is
that
free
NRG
tag,
has
huh?
is that they cannot find that chemistry. However, we
Yeah.
have these tier 2 teams who know each other quite well, who's played with each other for quite well as well, and it's like what Papi said just now. He would rather be in a team that plays as together as a team than to play individual wise, because you know that your team has your back. You know that your teammates can step up when push comes to shove. And that's what I really want to see from this team today, especially against Boom Esports. We all know that Boom Esports, one big factor they had during Ascension was that home crowd buff. They went insane for that. But at the end of the day, coming into this one, they don't have that buff. There's a different situation, a different moment. Is the mindset going to be the same?
Well, we're gonna have to, find out in the game itself. I know for a fact that that man, DOS9 is a mentality monster. He does not give up no matter what. And Boom Esports have probably picked him up because of that same trait being across their entire team. Berserk, Shiro, they've been Mentality Kings. That's the only reason they were able to make that 5th map in Ascension happen, because they don't give up. And of course, the crowd buff was there for them. But I still feel like Boom Esports are really good when they know how to play around a certain map. They know how to make comebacks happen. They know how to, kind of put themselves in positions where they will be pressuring the opponent team into making mistakes and then just capitalizing upon the teeny tiniest of advantages that they find. So I'm going to expect sports to put up a great fight and Ascend at least better than we did see from where Adam is today, because they lost 13-1 on Ascend, which was a heartbreaking loss. But today it's going to be completely different. And we're going to see how their first Ascent map looks like. They haven't played Ascent with this game, with this map. We'll go to the Agent Select straight up, ladies and gentlemen. Is it going to be meta comp for Boom Esports? Let's find out.
Yeah, coming into this one, well, we're seeing a Cypher lock come through. So I've casted a few Cypher lock games, and I think one of the most important parts is to get as many rounds as you can on the defense side. That's number one. That's key. And number two, the way you approach attack is a very, very slow base. It's very default heavy, and they need to be able to survive that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to, because even without those abilities that Julius has, one thing that this new GE roster has is that aim is the firepower.
Yeah, indeed. That firepower clearly, sits into a really good place, because you've got some great clutch masters here. Crystal, you've got Poppy, you've got Yuratan as well. Kellius leads the line from the front. He had a great showing on that deadlock yesterday, and I really expect him to continue on that track, because he did not miss a single ultimate hit. That Annihilation struck lightning every single time, and even though Patrick did not. Patrick could not do as much work in terms of numbers. His team overall covered so well because of the space that he was able to provide for them every time dashing into the side. He took the attention on him for just about enough time, 2, maybe 3 seconds, enough for Global Esports to flood into the side and make the opposition feel uncomfortable. Boom are gonna stick to the usual. They're gonna go for that, usual comp. It is the meta comp. You're gonna have the KO. You're gonna have the Cypher, Omen, and of course followed up with Famous Jet and Famous Zine. Of course, he is an extremely good player. Can Patrick stand up to this experienced duelist from Indonesia? Is
पूरा quality फटा क्या? वो तो शायद इसलिए कि वो
I mean,
WhatsApp
for
पे
Famous
भेजा
as well coming in, I think for a while now I've been watching him, and I've loved seeing his growth. He's a very, very, I would say, dynamic player. He's starting to pick up a lot more new duelists as well. His performance in Ascension was phenomenal. The way he takes up space, the aggression he puts in, and if there was one word that I could describe Boom Esports if I watched when I watched them during Ascension, is that they are the type of team that are very not only aggressive, but they're almost like a bull. They're almost like a bull. They just hit hard and they hit very, very rough. The question is whether or not adaptation from GE can change that. But ladies and gentlemen, map 1 Ascent is here. Boom Esports, Global Esports, the first one, or technically a tier 1 tournament so far.
Yeah, more or less. Boom Esports now starting, of course, on the defense. Look for an early A control. They've gotten to their solid there. It's pretty much the usual default you see from any team. The KO supporting up with the Jet, setting him up in vines as it's going to be Global Esports just slowly calling into mid, which, by the way, right now is open. Just a camera contact from Berserk's here. And he knows that they're going to be playing on contact. Out they go, Global Esports. B-main's going to be pressured now as there's going to come in Kelly as he's the first one. Yep.
Huge Shiro here, sharp as ever. Yokam answers. But now the rest of the team, Boom Esports, finding a way to go for that retake. One end has been closed down by that wall, but the rest safely on the side already. GE successful with not only kind of going through that choke, but getting onto the side itself. And Famous managed to delay his push just a bit because of that wall.
Yeah, that was
all eyes on the side itself as they make one area pretty much hard to see as a recon comes through. Boom Esports gonna slowly make their way onto lane here. Eyes onto Yokam and puts in the damage. 1, 2, 3. Wow! It looks so good right now. So quick.
Quick indeed. That B split with that wall down towards the spawn region to just delay. You can't even go for the pistol bullets there because it's going to just kind of waste so much time and bullets for you to get into that retake. Amazing stuff from Kelly S there. That is a great setup to just delay that rotation as much as possible. And it just gave Global Esports enough time to get the plant down and also make the rest of Boom, who are waiting for Famazine to come in, just kind of wait and mark it and not go ahead because they cannot go without their full force. Great stuff. Early recon here from the B site to just clear out lines from Global Esports. That's a great recon. I love seeing that. Maybe give out a little bit of clearance, but there is a very deep push here from DOS9. That smoke, a little imperfect on purpose it seems. And that nice he needs to get out of here. Mine was actually from the opponent side. My bad. I just kind of missed it. I thought the KO was
sorry.
Not gonna connect.
Yeah, not gonna be able to do that. That triple peak was a bit much to deal with. They got that ultimate orb as well, just to put them a little bit more closer to something that can give a bit more punch in terms of space taking.
Oh, gloves.
But the way Global Esports is approaching this map is so methodical. But is their engagement that really makes it so exciting? It's so explosive. It's so quick.
क्या?
Crystal.
set
up his duelist once again.
Thanos का एक हाथ में है.
He's got 3 here with him. The NC Slasher's knife could just kind of throw things into the mix. Yeah, the minute that drone goes out, it's gonna be Crystal.
वो तो gauntlet है ना.
But Global Esports quick to run in once again. That wall.
Yeah, Arcane का है क्या? Arcane bundle.
Stuck out here with the puck, and in they go.
Oh, that's so quick. There's only with 10 HP left, but it's Yokam that has just been so quick to pick up that space, so quick to just double forward.
अरे दो कैसे चलेगा? तेरे पैसे से गिफ्ट आ रहे हैं.
Shiro finding himself running for his life. Any info he can play with. Spots one out, takes a lot of HP. Nova Pulse as well to push him out the way here. He's pulled already a right click to the face and it's Yokam's entire side. And we're just here.
तेरा streaming quality 1080 नहीं कर सकता.
Beauty of the region shield being exposed there as well. Every time you put it on, you've basically got 720 shield more or less.
मेरे को 720 दिखा रहा है.
And it's going to be giving you 25 every single time.
अरे भाई ठीक है.
Honestly, I think it's honestly been so surprising, Yokam and how he takes up that space. We talked about explosiveness, right? We talked about space-taking potential.
अच्छा.
And the way he does it is that he's able to take out kills and just really get away with it, not punished.
Yep.
ऐसा
come out, and now it's time for the entry for Global Esports.
Yokam already on site. Blade Storm out. Other members of Global Esports finding it so hard to get on the site because of that wall. Now, on this side, it's just chip damage around here. Blind pushes forward. Did manage to put a lot of damage on Udotan. GE once again playing on the site itself here. Sensor set up already, but Yokam wants to be that first contact. Repeats, their head will get blown off here. Global Esports delayed by so many utilities.
वाइस भी versatile लगता है क्यों ऐसा थोड़ा attacking side है ना.
Cam to be a little bit more aggressive. Paranoia's out, doesn't hit anyone quite yet. Yokam will be detected. And NC Slasher forced to buy time. Kelly S for what? NC Slasher to answer. But they're all stuck in the back house. It's so hard to play this. Famous in for 2. One more person left. Udotan playing quietly in the corner here. But do they get a defuse? And barely makes it. Boom Esports. Not able to take the round. That's 3 in a row, and Global Esports take that bonus.
That is actually crazy. The fact that Udotan survived there for that long. They killed 2 people backside, and they thought, okay, maybe there's only 2 more there. Udotan definitely had
to didn't see him.
Yeah, no, they didn't go for it because they of course, there. But the original winner of this round was the fact that they just kept Patrick in the front lines. His knives could have been a changing point, of course, but that NC Slasher knife threw him back. Global Esports got followed to the backside, but they played so well, keeping the fact that Udotan is still alive hidden. That worked perfectly to their favor, and that's given Global a third.
More aggressive stance. The wire gets broken already, but this time Famous taking a more proactive, aggressive stance here by the wire. Shiro's already gotten one head.
Here.
Oh, he saw that head grow by, but he doesn't know that Famazine is still on the extreme close corner here. Famazine could get a little antsy about peeking this angle. He is considering it, has been moving back and forth, but here comes a drone to kind of make Patrick feel uncomfortable. He's not been, now he's been spotted, but here goes the bucket!
Surprise! Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, that was so disgusting. The way they played that for Boom Esports, that was perfect.
So short. Yeah.
But Kelly, yes,
Bucky
she's
is
got other
kinda delayed.
ideas. Quick to find Berserk.
One enemy remaining.
Still play the mid-side area.
Spike
Boom
down
Esports.
B.
वो कट में
Did
रश
a
नहीं
great
करा.
job of holding down that site, playing on the site itself, not taking these head-on
30
fights
seconds left.
and letting the fights go to them. Crystal here on the front line. A double swing,
Oh, my.
but not happening quite yet. Famous to go down. Crystal 1 HP left. He still puts in the damage.
Three kills.
Crystal waiting patiently. 1 versus 1. He is so low. A thrifty win from Boom Esports. They finally got 1 point on the board.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy, of course, for Global Esports in this game. And of course, this eco is gonna hurt them a little bit, at least, not economically, but in the fact that they should have won this round. But that mid hit kind of, suffocated Patrick. If he hadn't been left alone there with that outlaw, it's such a deep position. I think he would have been fine, because the only problem was there was the fact that he had an outlaw to fight off multiple angles.
That goes there.
Now,
Oh man, 0 kill पे है भाई. किसी का याद आ
all
गया.
5 of them present here, by the way, and the aggression now coming in from Famazine. He's gotten an idea that this is going to be a big hit. He's crawled all the way on and Global Esports instantly react by taking the B
ये
side
कैसे
away.
cypher?
The door's been closed, the wall's been attacked, and the B side is now exposed to the plant.
I love the fact that Global Esports has managed to really condition Boom Esports that it's going to be a mid-side hit. They were positioned by Global Esports already to understood that it's going to be a change of pace. They were able to down the site so quickly. Hunter's Fury up already.
हाँ वो wall में लगता है ना port out.
Yokam, he puts in the damage, putting number 2 to his name. Still, Berserk's gonna get netted here. As Kalias watching the back of sight. Hero Theft will eventually give them away, but here comes Annihilation as well. Gonna be able to pull in Famous. He can't go, he can't run. His teammate tries to save him, but you can't do more than that as Berserk's putting in the numbers. 3 to his name, but the swing from Crystal, it's so good. Classic again. He's buying some time. Berserk's is so low right now. A right click to the face, 4 to his name, but time not on his side. Poppy just delays, gets him in the end. 4 for Global Esports. Whatever it is that they've been doing, it looks so good right now.
Yeah, the biggest win condition once again here being first the 2 kills from Patrick, and then that annihilation from Kelly. Again, it connects at the right place at the right time. Even though the trade came in there, of course, they had the win condition for the very last second. There were 3 layers of win conditions here being established by Global Esports. The last one, of course, on the line being Poppy with that pull and wasting time as much as possible in a spammable angle as well from Market. Really good stuff. Playing different layers of post-plan. Amazing, amazing intricacies here being displayed by this GE team. This time, Boom Esports looking for a little aggressive B controllers team. They've sent Shiro forward, and he's at the moment a little bit alone. He can isolate it, and he will. Unatan just absolutely slaps him in the face, and that's going to throw Boom in a bit of a mix.
Foolish.
Unotan's not done.
I know exactly where you are.
Anyone to challenge him just gets shot in the face. And I'm just quite surprised that they're taking these fights one by one.
Triggered.
We've already heard about the reputation that Unotan has, but seeing it in action is amazing! He's got 3 already! To get more space here. Boom Esports plays a bit more quietly this corner than
One
Chicken
enemy remaining.
4 out of 5.
Give him the ace. Come on.
Plant to come through. Potential ace as well, and NC Slasher knows he's gonna try at least deny that ace. Eyes on the prize here, over in the mid area. Chip damage through. Here comes the flash. He moves backwards. And Cali, yes! Come on now, Cali! Cali!
You know, Hiro had a really great clip yesterday as well with that rope jump. I'm not sure if you had a moment to catch it across the tripwire. One of the best plays, I believe, if not.
Wait, I saw it. I saw it.
Plays in APAC history, even if
जानबूझ के चोरी
जाने
करता
दे
है।
भाई,
amazing, a 1v2 clutch.
जाने दे।
And now with the ace here, he's you know,
खाना खा रहा हूँ।
it's all right. The team's doing well, and that's all we want to see from them. And a little bit of a timeout here. I believe this is from Boom Esports. It has to be. I think Six Fingers clearly not happy with the fact that, you know, the way they've been playing, the isolations have been a little aggressive, especially in this round. I feel like Berserks and Shiro should have gone for that pick together instead of, you know, kind of going one by one and giving
going one by one, yeah.
And Yudatan's been doing this yesterday as well, right? He was kind of the, you know, the menace on the B main set every time Global Esports wanted to hit A. Even if when they wanted to hit B, Yudatan's always outside of B every single round. Unless, of course, it's a different, you know, execute that comes in, which is an anomaly. So he is kind of the anchor for the entire mid and B region. And he's been doing an amazing job at keeping it in his hands. And if you give him free kills like this, the new ult theft opens up every now and then. Even if it has been nerfed to 7 ult orbs now from 6, he is going to charge it up really quickly. This, though, should be an interesting round for Boom Esports. They've got 3 big ultimates right now. 2 are really retake-heavy kind of ultimates. Of course, you've got the KO and the Sova. And they've got the Odin out as well this time. So they're hoping that if the B main side is going to be contested, Shiro's going to have a contingency plan. He's already shown his hand there, as DOS9 is going to deny any sort of aim and information except for just breaking that dart.
Take flight.
More aggressive stance this time. No, sorry, excuse me, passive stance. They're not going to try and challenge Yudotan this time, but instead, they're going to try and push him out the way with that drone. And with that info, you can see Famous silently just taking up that space. Preparing for him. Recon as well. Yokam, full control of Pizza already, but getting onto the side, that chokehold could give a lot of value for that Odin.
He's traveling in deep. Look at that map. He's gone in all the way to their spawn. And Shiro, he's got no idea. There is an eye. I think there's a call being made right now for the Cypher to come and check it out. Berserks is going to come and take a look. And he's seen the deadlock wall there. But Yuratan, he's now going to go in for his own little
Famous! Oh, that was huge. Understanding that it's going to be a bit of curiosity come through and they were prepped for it. So that was a good set play coming in from Boom Esports. But Berserk's eyes over in this area, knows there's 2, moves out the way. He's not challenging that. And now back forward here, Yokam. He wants to take blood, he wants to draw it. He puts in the damage onto Berserk's. But Boom Esports forced onto their own site here, can play inside of the smokes itself. And DOS9, he's so quick to find Kelly's. Boom Esports, they get 2 to their name, but stuck underneath of hell, but Famous in the end has that moment of respite to answer back. Now Boom Esports this time around gonna find a bit of value from that timeout.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Global Esports got a little confused about where exactly they want to head out. That wall towards A seemed like it's going to be a B hit. But unfortunately, the minute they lost Yudotan towards that B main side, Famous got 2 there, actually. Instantly, the call was made, all right, we're going to head back. We're going to go towards A. Then they tried and, you know, kind of improvise on a strat that they've done before, is where they do that triple split of going from Garden to A Heaven and then short as well as A main. Of course, the numbers are a lot too few to maybe execute that, and they were not successful with it because Famazine seems like he's gonna have some words to say in charge of this game. Initially now, and Odin also being blocked from Crystal, and he's known for it pretty well. You know, even in China.
They're just trading Odin shots, man. They're just damaging both of each other. Oh my goodness.
Best form of Valorant ever. And for the moment, I think he's just exchanging pieces of util right now. Global Esports doing a good. Global Esports actually right now doing a good job of making from Boom Esports. And I'm not sure if they know that Poppy's actually crawled into this corner because the smoke's gone on the other side. A double peek here would be
Poppy? Oh, good for one. He's sharp, but DOS gonna deny more damage being done. Does have that region shield as well to get a little bit more of a shield up again, but it doesn't negate the damage that's been done here. Crystal, sharp as ever. To find it, Yokam already on the side, moves out the way. Insane movement to give Crystal a bit of time just get the last pick here. Speaking of that last two members of Boom Esports to find out, but call to save from Boom might be the name of the game here.
अबे अपन ये लोग जैसे नहीं खेलते रे ये लोग को मौका मिला ना कभी भी ओडिन चालू कर देते ऐसा VCT matches
because he missed it by just an inch, and then Crystal swung out for the perfect timing to get that kill.
That's the teamwork, right? That
No,
Poppy was
Oh,
talking about before.
Sentinel थोड़ी
Yeah,
जरूरी है
exactly. Yeah. You know,
I mean,
teamwork.
हर
it's
कोई
not
करता
really
है ना
about like just it's those tiny little intricacies is what I like to see.
मैं
here.
इधर ऐसा
It's just
सेंटी
more of like
मैं ओडिन नहीं करता
you know, it's more about like you know what you expect from your teammates. If chemistry is good, how do you double swing together? When your teammate's moving this way, are you gonna move
अपन
together
ऐसा
as well?
क्या बोलते
And that's what we want to
लास्ट
see
राउंड
to
का
that.
वेट
But
करते
speaking of
या
teamwork
तो
here, we need
अटैक का
your
राउंड का लास्ट
teamwork from
राउंड
the viewers at home to like and subscribe, so we're able to build not only a community but also a team of
वो
viewers,
लोग को मौका
fans,
दिखा
and
तो
everyone
क्या
that you
बोलते
know
हैं आगे
we
बढ़ने
can
का
be
करते
proud of.
हाँ
Speaking of being proud of, Unique, can I ask you a question?
अपने को वैसा करना चाहिए अपोनेंट
Why
को
is there
थोड़ा
like a police
टाइम नहीं
light
देने
playing in the GE house?
Oh,
Like, what's the
not a
vibe there?
police. It's not a police light. So they've tried to simulate, you know, the lights that we usually see on the VCT Pacific stage. So Juvie is trying to create as much of a, you know, professional BO3 environment as he can. He's got fan, you know, sounds playing in the background for them. You know, trying to maybe, you know, get them as much distraction as possible with those lights as well flashing in their faces. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's, you know, to give them the experience of how it is to be on the stage, because they have not played, you know, an off season on LAN so far. But this time, we can talk about it later. Boom Esports went for an aggressive mid take. They did chop off a lot of information from Global Esports, finding out where these players are, but they pushed them back as well. The knife went in deep towards B, and Boom instantly actually kind of relinquish that control towards mid. They're not too keen on keeping it in their hands. They're gonna let Global Esports come back into that cavity, but here goes Famousin on the back of a flash, and that was amazing mechanics from him.
He just swung out and just knifed someone in the face. Did not get punished for it. I mean, other than a bit of damage, but that was incredible to see. Now GE finds himself at the back foot. One player down already, no Sova. And Shiro, great to buy time, great to deny space and put in a bit of chip damage, but fortunately for GE, not gonna find anyone. You have the Cosmic Divide come through here and the Slasher! What?
2K निकाला
Shots to come through! You'll come to
wall
only
bang पड़ रही है
find their KO as well. And now for Poppy, it's the last man standing, gonna get that off and just move out the way.
Yeah, really good round from Boom Esports here, but I think that there was a bit of a miscommunication there for Global Esports. Yuratown did put down his cage in the last second, but he chose not to pop it, and he got out of the smoke once without having, I think, the call of 1, 2, 3 swing being made, and that kind of, you know, maybe got the team to get the wrong idea that Yuratown's going to hold on in the smoke and then we're going to go in. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we've been playing the show matches for the last 3 days. We're going to have another day come in tomorrow and want to follow that as well. And if you want to be notified about all of that, make sure you like and hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you'll know Global Esports is playing, and you will be here on time to witness every single round possible. Coming back to the game once again, Boom Esports looking for that mid bit of pressure, it seems. That flash good enough to keep Patrick off his mark, but he gets back to it. Famousin, does he want to challenge that again? No, they've left A-Short completely open for the moment. As Slasher just hopping around in his spawn for information. Boom Esports playing on the extremities right now. They're going to let Global Esports take a good bunch of the map right now. And they're going to actually aggress on A main. Poppy, I believe he was spotted. Famousin's going to hold on to this angle, but no, never mind. Boom actually confused because Global actually haven't given them any piece of information whatsoever, except for this one little peek from Yuratown.
Trying this push and pull method, I think. Esports once more passive toward the E side. Good job of keeping quiet, keeping hidden, and Udo-tan to find Shiro. Yoka already from tree itself, spots one in the corner! Dawson can't do anything, but NC Slasher, he's ready as ever. Buy some time with that fragment, but Famous wants to find the time here. Poppy runs for his life, trying to convene with his teammates, but unfortunately his timing not that right. But unfortunately for him, Poppy was already hurt! that tailwind as Berserk's on side itself. Gonna deny Udotan any more space
भाई ये
here.
one way डाल रहे
Yeah, but they're crawling into the B side. He's gonna hold them off for a couple of more seconds.
मैं ट्राई किया था
Poppy and Crystal.
लेकिन उन्हें जाने रहा था
Berserk, sharp as ever. 7 seconds. Poppy has to skedaddle onto the side as well. 4. He's been tagged, and Berserk has done a good job of denying that plant. But still,
राउंड निकला
Yokam gonna be able to walk away with at least the consolation prize of a kill.
Man, Global Esports, I felt like this could have come into play in the last 2-3 days. It didn't, but this is one thing I was afraid of, right? Them running down the clock in the hopes of the fact that Boom Esports, or any team for that matter, would just kind of, boil down their utility. Boom did it. They did give out so much util. They, pushed up towards A main. They dropped multiple smokes. Flashes were being committed by the KO as well as the Omen. And overall, it seemed like Global Esports had control of the map because they didn't commit anything anywhere except for Yudotan's little peek on B main. Even after getting the first few picks, the confusion started to rise. The fact that where should we go? Should we go A short? We've got to pick on A. We've got to pick on B. We had to push on A main. We've taken care of it. Both the players are dead. And already, by the way, Patrick, who was in heaven on the A site. But then the remaining 2 players were closer to B. They had 20 seconds left, and they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to have to commit it. We don't have time to rotate all the way and play with Patrick. So Patrick's going to have to join us later. Unfortunately for them, that one little trip to make sure that the B side is not going to be completely forgiven.
Gaming, streaming.
It's gonna be a hard pill to swallow because they had everything. They had man advantage as well, but in the end, time ended up being their biggest enemy.
Have 2 ops, the hands of our 2 duelists here. Curious to see how this goes here. The positions are from tree, 1 from top mid. No peaks quite yet. Crystal.
Jaren.
Peaks long, it might be in trouble. Position.
Grenell ma'am अभी Reliance Jio के लिए काम
try and
करती
move
है.
him out the way here. Have smokes. We have also
देखा क्या?
road as well. Spots nothing. Onto pizza.
वो बंद भी कर सकते AW सिखा रही थी just experience हो गया है
Getting up close, he does have a line of sight onto DOS if at all. He's got
ज़्यादा पैसा मिलता रहेगा
Reliance तो बस पैसा दे रहा है.
effect on the behind of that point of information. He's not really too keen on making any rotations just yet. NC
Reliance वाले AWS use करते क्या?
He's going to join up famously towards that short region. Crystal seems like his Recon's gonna have to wait for a couple of more seconds because his teammates.
साहिल में तेरे को बोला था ना मैम में करके उसको आते हैं AWS वही है.
It's gonna have to be Patrick to make this first contact happen because if he doesn't find a pick with that op, it's gonna have to be exchanged for him to run into the site.
Okay.
Net. Trying to find anyone. Does clear that corner. Oh, finds NC Slasher now. Finds Yotam on top. Poppy as well. Been tagged already from the Hunter's Fury, so he gets cleared.
नहीं उसको ही निकाल दे.
DOS 9. Now move out the way onto safety of
दो निकालना है
Davis.
हाँ उसने निकाला तो.
I still in front. Crystal, good, no chance. Boom Esports completely dominate this time around, catching up despite that huge lead made by Global Esports earlier.
Yeah, the read was perfect. Time.
One side
I
over
wouldn't say that it was the Global Esports who had control of that game. They felt like they did almost at a time because they were playing really slow. They let control of B completely given up. And Boom were not too keen on pushing it. They just ripped off NC Slasher's knife. The minute he got that first knife down towards A main,
तेरा most of the team same ही रखता है हर मैप पे अपना वो.
7 seconds went by. That gave so much time for the rest of the
हाँ पर उन लोग को आदत हो गया है पर अभी.
closer towards A short, and then in the end it was just
वो तेरा end of the day gunfight पे आता है रे पूरा और कुछ नहीं है.
Pop out through the smoke, and once again Global Esports trying to redo that A hit, this time with a little more success. That little trip has been detected as Famous prepares for the first shot.
Famous, lucky to be able to survive with his life. Explosive as ever, Global Esports. Little 10 found already, but BME sharp as ever. Annihilation. Not gonna get anyone. Barely misses actually. The door will be closed. Nice bit more space for Boom Esports. Smokes all around as well. Op shots just to give an idea that
आज का roster
any peaks means the head blow into smithereens. Paranoia set up already.
Bind का map है.
Members of Global Esports, but not fast enough. Boom Esports took too much time to commit here. He'll come from the corner. Moves out the way. 54 HP left. Gonna have to find a high-low setup alongside Heaven, but Kelly has as well to find what's his name. Poppy, Sharp,
Oh,
Quick and Poppy! This is the guy that'll be making waves in Naos, and he's making waves in Global Esports.
Yeah, the clutch kill once again strikes. That recon was absolutely beautiful from Boom Esports to cover off no matter any angle. Even that cage, Yudatan's just trying to protect himself between two thin lines of a Cypher cage.
अरे double senti
It
रखते
had to be, of course, Poppy under Heaven. That double, you know, it's really great that his teammate there could pull off at least one kill before leaving that round. Because if it had been 3v1, Poppy, I don't think he would have been able to find that one because bullets were just running out of his, you know, the magazines from both weapons. And it was the last burst that he could have found from the classics to plus that round. Once again, Global Esports, clutch masters, showing how they can just keep their
तू duelist जा रेस, जेरन गेको जाएगा और मैं कंट्रोलर लेता हूँ या मैं गेको लेता हूँ और तू फिर चेंज कर.
Once again, 5-7 as the half has
भाई तेरा ओमन नहीं चलता यार हर बार. मैं देख के
now to have a quiet start
तू सोच ले.
game. Extreme commitment towards that ace site in terms
क्योंकि तू एग्रेसिव खेलता है, तू एग्रेसिव खेलता है ना, तेरे को रेस लेना चाहिए. duelist ज्यादा खेल तू.
just kind of exhaust any of Global Esports' util. Crystal, ready with that Cypher, forgive me, with the recon, but he's not going to fire it just yet. Going to wait for any sort of physical contact of bodies.
तू duelist ही ठीक है. मैं एक बार जेरन को विश्वास कर लूं कि वो खेल लेगा. भाई तू मत. तू जैसा वैसे ठीक है. नहीं तू जैसा है वैसे ही ठीक है हम लोगों के लिए.
Where exactly to go, right? I mean, we see the spikes slowly making their way toward A. You have, you know, Udotan on one side already. Yokam on the other. Poppy here, waiting for the
ए मैं क्या खेलूं? ब्रेम खेलूं या क्लोज खेलूं?
one of those teams that are super explosive. And that's exactly what we thought. Famous walks up, shoots someone in the face. But Poppy tries to answer, can't survive more than that here. Udotan plays these angles to perfection. A single pixel out of place, excuse me, will be his downfall. As Shiro to answer.
अरे वो कैनन पे डाला उसने ऊपर.
Trying to deny that plant. Shouldn't be having a problem too as Kali S. Trying to take a little bit more space here. Berserk's knocked down already. Kali S with only 15 HP does fall. Down to Crystal. But Shiro is the one, the IGL that will frag, and he is the one that comes up on top.
Yeah, pretty similar to how Global Esports played their rounds too, yeah, because Boom Esports, they went towards B, gave a little bit of a touch and peek, but they didn't really, you know, pull off too much information there. Sent a drone towards mid to try and fake it out as a B split. Global Esports didn't really bite into that little piece of cake, but because they still had two players sitting on site. But that
ऐसा सिचुएशन हुआ था ना एक्चुअली. अपन लोटस पे खेल रहे थे.
You know, the paranoia on generator, then the, you know, KO flash to
कभी बंदा हॉटस्पॉट पे था. बंदे को सामने वाला ओमन नहीं दिख रहा है. तभी हुआ था. कैसे निकाला है क्लच?
Really quick on the move, it seems, Boom Esports to a free A site, and Global Esports, they've done this time and time again where they've committed on the opposite side. Yeah, you know, most of their stacks haven't been that successful, but when they come on the retake from these stacks, they actually deal a lot of damage. So I'm excited to see what they've got in store here.
अबे अपना किस्मत बहुत खराब है रे. अपन कितना में खेलना है ना अपने टीममेट हम लोगों को गलत ही मिलता है.
Aware that it's going to be one player that's sort of lurking toward this mid area here.
हाँ.
Not too sure if the timing is right. Both of them not looking toward the mid area as well. So lurks will be denied. There we go. Udotan moves out the way. Oh my god! Damn. How do you do that? On top of that, an upgrade as well with a gun. Now on the side already here. Famous. Gonna play a little bit more back. Fortunately, will go down here. Anti-slasher and Dobbs dying. Gonna find one each. Anti-slasher, he puts the damage. One down already. Boomies were completely annihilated despite the heroics from Udotan at mid.
Yeah. Well, they still will get away with most of their weaponry, so that's going to be good for Boom Esports. They're not going to lose out on too much, and now they've, you know, equaled up the rounds as well. 7-7, and Global Esports have their first buy round. What a shot from Udotan here. Amazing stuff.
Disgusting.
But yeah, insane. But now we're going to focus upon what's going to be happening in this round. We've got an Odin in place, and Crystal, he's not afraid to fire that weapon for days on end to keep control of this B side. He's going to push up Patrick as well.
Oh, that's massive! Yoka Urotan, that's the power of friendship. On top of that, wall bangs through.
Oh,
It's Berserks to come up on top here. DOS 9, Poppy, sharp as ever. Answers back with a
Spike
smoke.
down A.
Almost could catch up. This round has been incredibly fast. Now Berserk's left all to his lonesome here. Yokam, eyes on him. Knows he's there. Walks straight into his crosshair. Now they're up to 8. You know, I'm quite surprised at how close this game is, Universe.
It's not just that, right? I'm gonna point out something here really similar. Boom and Global have a very similar playstyle. If you could notice the fact that they've got 3 on B with a spike with another person on A, they were waiting for the contact on B so that they can push up on A and give them more pressure. That's exactly what Global Esports do as well on their attacking side. They go as a triple to give off a big sounding attack on one side of the map and then push and pull on the other side to kind of make them feel uncomfortable. But Global Esports countered that perfectly, read it, went on their own aggressive push, knowing that they've got multiple people who can frag out and just put the pressure back on Boom Esports. Once again, to try that, they're going towards the side. Yunatan's been pushed off his mark. He goes down to 56, but does have the Regent Shield. So he's got 25 HP more on that shield back on him. And Yokam finds a completely outward Berserks trying to destroy a camera.
I'm loving this dynamic they have, you know? When one of them peeks out, the other just waits behind. A famous inside already. That paranoia does give dividends, but there's 3! They're waiting for him. Crystal has not put down that gun for quite some time. The Odin. They get the plant. All 4 over in heaven. Quick knife, some fragment as well to buy some time. Yoka forced back here.
अच्छा खासा push किया
A
मतलब
lot of damage as Shiro puts in the pain from hell.
Side patch entry मिला
DOS 9 displaying a very dangerous angle here. We have a lot of utility come through here. DOS 9 to fall, at least gets one to his name. But from main as well, Anti-Slash has marked that area. The flash is so good right now, and Boom Esports,
भाई flash
they are
timing
here
अच्छा
to
था.
play.
Well, that is a round from Boom Esports that they desperately needed. Had lost a couple of players in obscure positions. Famous Dean went in too deep on the behind of that flash, thinking he could get away with at least one there, but found nothing. But in the end, it had to be Slasher and Shiro to clutch out the round. The backbones of Boom Esports are currently holding strong, keeping it level-headed, 8-8. And Boom Esports now looking for an aggressive A hit, it seems. Smoke goes out towards mid. The knife's going to come in early as well. One-way smoke to prevent them for the moment. Once again, Patrick pushes up towards B. He's alone there, but the cage is going to prevent him from getting any more information. Gives out a bit of pressure, saying, yeah, we're here, we're present. Fires a couple of stray bullets. But A main is going to be where Boom Esports' all attention is not going to divert.
Deploying drone.
Drone comes out here. Hunter's Fury as well. Crystal quick to answer. Look at the amount of damage he's put in one of the players for Boom Esports there. DOS 9.
ये लोग का shield को बराबर
This
से.
one-way smoke. Gonna try and wait it out, and as soon as the smoke falls,
ये healing वाली
Flash
shield
does
है.
another
हाँ,
wall to
वो
the
क्या क्या update?
Boom Esports.
अभी आया.
That is kind of almost like a thief.
मेरे भी नहीं है.
All eyes onto mid area here. Here come.
हाँ, कल ये खेला मैं
One
इसमें.
player playing to it. Here it might be Berserks. That cage has been letting him sort of like roam around that area without being seen.
हाँ.
LES here just
नहीं, तेरा first hit अगर head लगता है ना, तो तेरा shield जाएगा. उसके बाद अगर तूने उसको instant मारा, तो मर जाएगा. मतलब अभी तेरे को मारने के लिए 3 या 2 गोली लगेगा.
Massive, but it's Berserks. I'm not sure how he got the timing right.
और Phoenix buff हुआ है, Phantom buff हुआ है.
भाई Phoenix अच्छा हो गया बहुत.
Berserks playing so
Phantom तो होने था बहुत.
Crystal, what is that? 3 already.
फिर ओमन को नर्फ किया, साइफर को नर्फ किया.
क्या बात कर
Boom Esports, the power
ओमन का भी वही लगता है.
But Crystal,
ओमन का
just look at this.
हाँ, सेज का
सेज और Phoenix हुआ है.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna enjoy watching
सेज
this
का
again.
अल्टीमेट का और कम किया है और साइफर का अल्टीमेट का और बड़ा है. एक
Oh भाई
nightmarish fourth and
पहले साइफर
fifth
कल
that
नोट चल
just
गया
could
था,
not be
एक पड़ा है.
attained, and that's going
साइफर
to
का पहले
cause
That
5
timeout
था,
is-
out from
मेरे को लग रहा है फिर 6
Yeah.
हुआ था ना शायद.
They really
हाँ
needed
हाँ
that timeout. I
बराबर
mean,
5
this
6 अभी 7
5
कर दिया.
heroics from Crystal, right? It felt like everything was falling apart here. It felt like, you know, the Boom Esports. I mean, again, when we talk about the beginning of the game, Boom Esports have always been a team that kind of warms out a bit later, right? They take maybe 5, 6 rounds, but once they're hot, they're hot, and we're starting to see that. And Boom East and Global Esports are starting to struggle.
There is one thing that is pretty evident about this Global Esports comp. Of course, they have no flashes, right? So on the flip side of it, they depend on that deadlock utility to hold off these angles as much as they can, because the flash coming in means that the team's gonna rush in instantly. So the grenade that they've got to make the player sit down holds them off. The stuns hold them off, and that's exactly why Kelly S. The minute he threw that, the flash came in his face, the paranoia. He threw the grenade to cover off A main to stop from anybody coming in, and then went
आज
back
कम
towards
से
short
कम
because he knew the split's
तो है
coming
ना
in,
हाफ
and
आस
he's
का हो
got a
जाना
stun
चाहिए.
there ready to take on that
क्या
fight if it
लगता
comes to. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't win that fight. Famazine got
Well,
him just a
1
second
hour,
before he
23
was
minutes.
dazed off, and that's what's given Boom Esports the advantage. So Global Esports need to be a little bit more careful about these aggressive angles that they play, because Juvenile had mentioned it multiple times that he does not believe in retakes as much, because his squad is playing an agent comp that depends solely and a lot more on the fact that they just hold the sides down. They don't let the opponents come anywhere close, because retake, they don't have that much utility in terms of how they can come back into a site.
Yeah, that's the Cypher lock hope for you. Now coming in here, Kelly S gonna go aggressive here. One headshot is all he needs. Plays perfectly with the recon dart. 2 already to their names. Aggressive all around. Famous from mid. Gets out so much space here. But it's gonna be Famous to put in the numbers. 2 to his name already. An updraft forward. Finds no one checking around. Now, Global Esports coming in through mid side. NC Slasher the knife to delay. The door will be closed here. And playing retake is not going to be easy, especially with that weaponry. But still, not impossible. Famous. One peek is all he needs here. Kelly S moves out the way. On the side already, the window broken means that sound cues they can work with, but Udotan will be completely obliterated. A recon up forward here, Crystal. Guardian in hand. But for Boom Esports, they're okay to give up that space on Heaven. In fact, Famous will go for a double dip. Waiting up top here, that'll be 2. But he's good for 1. Can go for more. Crystal putting up numbers. Heavy hitter, last round. Insane shots, insane plays, but this time not on his side. And DOS9 said, let me just quickly end the game for you. And they hit a 10 for Boom Esports.
कभी भी हेल्थ ना वॉल बैंक का ट्राई
playing
करना.
really well in these last couple of
वो
rounds.
करते हैं.
The set plays have been amazing. The flash,
आराम से
executes have been on point. The split timings and everybody just kind of the way they're positioning
भी से यार
themselves
पिन
for
भी किया
these
ना
fights
कोई
has
मैच
been immaculately good. And I really feel like Global Esports are feeling the pressure in the sense that they are not able to hold off these angles that they previously did against Rare Atom, because Boom are finding the openings on places where Global Esports thought that these flashes would not affect them as much, but that paranoia from DOS9 has been absolutely paramount to their success so far. At least the last 4 rounds.
अंडर हेवन मारना इजी है क्योंकि दो ही जगह पे छुपने का ये रहता है. वो मार सकता है, बट अगर तू अंडर हेवन में तो ऊपर किधर मारेगा उसका डाउटफुल रहता है. वो हमेशा परफेक्ट नहीं लगता.
Boom Esports. All eyes on B main here. I think they're super aware.
क्या लगता है पिक निकलेगा या नहीं निकलेगा?
One member of Global Esports playing a little more aggressive here. Peaked, they go down. Berserks will be the first victim. Now for Boom Esports. Have Famous also with an up in hand, but it's
Likala
to come up on top here. He went for double dips and still wanted it. Come on, hello?
What he does, it seems. DOS9 has taken the opportunity of that little discouragement of his team to move in towards A, and that's the rest of his team coming in as well from short. Shiro's been spotted, and so has another. There goes the Paranoia, and he's tagged up as well, and it's all onto Crystal, and Udotan have to save this site.
Udotan already here, that he sprays is so good! Udotan! Playing off of each other is just massive here. Having your teammate become a distraction while you just slowly make your way onto site. Poppy! It's just so on point with what we can expect in terms of teamwork, in terms of how to play together with your friends here. Global Esports this time seem to have it down pat.
Yeah, of course, once again, the fact that they, took out the operator in this round suggested a great, clearance towards that B site, and no utility coming in by the way to actually get information. They just dry swung that, B main side, and of course, the op, why wouldn't he come back for a second after a successful first? It is Patrick. He's really antsy, and he does love his aggressive peaks, but it seems like Boom are doing something similar once again.
This is a very, very quick take. Hunter's Fury as well used. A Poppy from the death to hell to find one. But Kelly's as well. But DOS9, he does DOS9 things with that Sheriff. 2 to his name. Autotime from Heaven's side as well. We'll try to wallbang. DOS9 can't win it in the end. Shiro to find one. But Yoka! What were those shots?
Clutchly
To the face to save the round. And they hit a 10. Global Esports. They're here to play.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a contingency plan here was put into place. The fact that
मेरे को एक सेकंड के लिए लगा कि बूम कर ये निकल गया राउंड.
But I feel like the one and only problem that Global Esports has was a little bit of miscommunication on site. The players who were there, Poppy and Kelly, kind of in different positions. Where exactly he's been found. The recon got him out as well, and then they just couldn't support each other. They had to fight their own battles, and that threw them off
किसी ने डेडलॉक का किल देखा?
They had to rely on Yokam to come out, and now
देख पता चलेगा.
coming a little too close. 10 and 10. It's up to who wins this one particular
नहीं 0 नहीं है.
Game right here, or at least give match point. They're gonna take in mid this time. Boom. Falling in slow. Did commit a couple of flashes. Smoke's gonna go in deep.
Global Esports के डेडलॉक का बोल रहा हूँ. वैसे ही सामने ही डेडलॉक नहीं है.
एक ही रहेगा.
Single digit में single.
That's a lot of information for Global Esports.
तो एक ही रहेगा.
Actually, right now have a stack on that A side.
5 से ज़्यादा है.
Surrounding Patrick on that B side.
So mid area here, Berserk's making quite a ruckus here.
देखो पता है इन लोग का डेडलॉक को ये लोग वही जगह पे रखते हैं जहाँ पर स्पाइक आ रहा है. इस बार भी स्पाइक एक की तरफ जा रहा है. डेडलॉक एक पे.
गोवा के ड्रोन साइफर कैसे लगता है?
हाँ
टक्कर.
ओ भाई तो यूज कर सकता है.
और ये लोग ना बार-बार अपना सेंटिनल शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं.
30 seconds left.
Revealing area.
साइफर रोटेट नहीं किया. एक ही बार किया है. हाँ 2 बार 2-3 बार. मैं तो भी करना चाहिए रोटेट अपन को भी करना चाहिए.
Crystal, as well as the rest of Global Esports, not able to handle how overwhelming the firepower is, leaving Yokam all alone here. His position will be noted with that trip as well. He breaks it. They're going for a hunt here. Only an up in hand. His location has been revealed as well. Has to move out the way. That camera has been a thorn in his side.
मारेंगे लोग ढूंढ के.
From 2 different angles. Goes for 1, but here comes Famous as he gets 3.
It was a site where we had the stack, man. I could have expected, all of us were probably expecting them to hold on to this, but they tumbled across like bowling pins here. It was absolute chaos because the way Boom Esports is committed members on the back of one singular flash, and of course, that Hunter's Fury, Famous Zine did all the work once again. He was in first, he was in taking that contact, created the space, and Poppy did deploy the gravity well to stop that push from A main, but unfortunately for him, most of the attack came from short. Kelly S wasn't prepared for it. He thought that A main's going to be the point of contact, and exactly why Global Esports just kind of crumbled down from that A short attack.
Look at that. So much information. Yokam from the smokes will be punished at least, but that's enough info. Got enough util out as well as Kelly S to just completely wall bang him.
Literally shoulders पे मार के मारा.
देख भाई ये लोग वॉल बैंग मारते हैं लोग.
Oh nice.
The rest of Global Esports positions themselves onto mid-side area here. Shiro,
इतना सही ड्रोन है.
not too sure if he's seen them
मेरा
quite
तो
yet.
ऊपर भी नहीं आता.
But they're still trying to go for it here. All eyes on mid here.
अरे अपन सोवा उतना नहीं खेलते रे. वो सीन है तेरा.
Dwindles down to HP, but Boom Esports overwhelming with the amount of guns.
मैं तो अभी खेलना चालू किया ना.
I feel like Global Esports could have been a little more patient there. Let Boom Esports escape away to that A site. Because you've got 2-3 weapons down in the middle there, and you've got 3 players who are playing on pistols. So you could have actually given them a little bit of space, let Boom Esports take that A site, cross over from mid, go towards short, and then pick up those weapons and follow them. Have a better fighting chance with these weapons. You had everything in your hand, but Global Esports, they decided for a team fight. It's not a bad decision. It was just a decision that had a disadvantage to them in terms of firepower, and they bear the brunt of it. They're now
I literally 20 assist है और 12 kill पे बैठा है वो.
Esports trying to quickly wrap this up if they can. Gonna be a pizza push now, but we've never really seen too much of pressure onto the mid area. They're more focused on making sure that the site does not get breached. Yes, less aggressive position, but that's the key here. Less aggressive, but kind of throwing out your util.
देखा कि वो लोग दोनों फाइट लेना छोड़कर सीधा बोट हाउस घुस गए.
They position themselves all the way into boat house, back of sight, puts in a bit of chip damage, but not enough to knock someone down. A lot of pressure inside of Smoke's famous. Quickly finds one.
भाई टाइम स्टॉल किया, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम स्टॉल किया.
3 on 5. A tall mountain to climb for Global Esports, but not down and out quite yet.
5 के 5 boot house में खड़े हो.
Bit of an off angle here. Udotan keeping quite safe. Force out the way. You do have that Cosmic Divide as well. Yokap, what a swing and a peek as well onto Famous. Just threw in those smokes. DOS9 making a damage. Poppy to find one as well. His teammates close. But time not on their side here. They need to make this quick and fast. Finds one in the corner. The crossfires are huge. And Boom Esports are the one to take the first map. Ascent goes to them.
That was a convincing round there. Changing up their plan in the absolute final round where they knew that they needed to kind of, throw Global Esports off their mark. Even though they did make an adjustment, they kind of read into it. Kelly did realize that the B hit is going to be coming in. Unfortunately, his utility is just not on the right level to kind of hold them off. Global Esports' whole plan surrounding this roster is that they don't let them take site. They don't play on retakes. They don't let them take site. But
gun fights
one and only issue that they probably did not read into.
मतलब कैसा हो रहा है पता है क्या? लोग 1v3 हो रहा था. मतलब 3 बंदे एक को मार रहे हैं.
21 assist number.
भाई पूरा टीम एक
के पीछे है. Pretty with. I think out of that, at least 15 are just because of paranoia pushes off and kills. It is absolutely incredible how impactful that Omen was.
Sahi coordination
because he did everything for his team to set them up in the right places. One
भाई ओमन 21 असिस्ट पे बैठा है.
kind of establish how
पूरे
far they
टीम
could get into
मतलब सबका मिलाकर
even on defense when they were trying to take control of certain positions on the retake, he was doing
हमारे टीम में तो ओमन है.
I'm gonna give credit to even Berserks because he was doing quite a bit of the heavy lifting as well. You can see that the team in the first half was kind of
nice one, yeah, nice one.
On a pace as they would have wanted to, but
भाई मैं खुद का भी देख रहा था. दोनों साइफर का खेल रहे थे भाई. अच्छा है वो.
साइफर अच्छा खेल रहे थे.
मैं इधर एक को मारने के लिए पानी को जाता हूँ.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Boom Esports. They take some time to warm up. They take some time to just really ease themselves into the game. And once they are, it's almost incredible watching them play. They have a lot of firepower. They're actually fighting fire with fire, understanding how aggressive Global Esports could be, even on a defensive side.
कोई अपना overall stats देखो जाके टीम का Valorant tracker पे.
I think that coming into this one, it's been really good looking at them. But in this particular situation,
बहुत सबसे अच्छा प्लेयर बेरेन है, ठीक है? फिर सबसे बेकार मैं हूँ. बीच में सब डांस कर रहे हैं.
Was coming in from Boom Esports as well. So kudos to them. But
अरे Valorant tracker में जा, तेरा प्रीमियम में जा, ऊपर ना overall stats आता है प्रीमियर में जाने के बाद. मैं आज ऐसे ही देख रहा था. मतलब क्या है भाई, मेरा इतना लग खराब है प्रीमियर में कि मैं सबसे गंदा खेल रहा हूँ.
अरे तो भाई सामने वाले कितने अच्छे वो सोचना तू. ऐसा ही होगा.
ये छोड़, और अपन अब तक सिर्फ 8 मैच जीते और 23 मैचेस हारे हैं.
And they also did that when they needed a round in desperation.
अपने को बदलना
where
पड़ेगा रे.
Yokam was handed the operator and he got 2 on that one, right? Really
उनको नहीं मिला.
important positions that they put their
अरे
अरे हाँ
board.
सही बात
They
है.
put a
अपना
triple
बता
spike
दो.
where
अपन
they
कौन
go
से
and
रैंक
take
पे खेलते हैं
control.
और
But
साहिल और
in the
जेरिन ने
last
कौन से
3,
रैंक
maybe
पे
4 rounds where
हम
they
लोग को
lost out
इम्प्रूव
of the
करना
game,
पड़ेगा.
you saw they were stacking A, did not go for control, playing on site, letting Boom Esports come to them, kind of skewing away from
भाई
how
जब
they
मैं अपने को
usually play
बोला
their
मैं
game.
पूरे टीम
So
को
there was a
इंक्लूड कर
small
रहा
little
था. लोग
intricacies
काइकली
where
इंडिविजुअल
Kellyas
प्ले लेके
might have
आता
made
यार
the call
बाहर
to, okay, you know what,
वापस.
guys, let them come to site. But the problem with playing on site is the fact that that paranoia is absolutely killing you. You are
नहीं
अभी मैं तुम
देख
लोगों को
crippled
कचरे
because
में
2
नहीं
of your
गिनती
players
कर रहा
are
हूँ.
not able to
करण तू
support
खुद
you,
बोला
and
अभी
you're losing
ओवरऑल में
out on
तूने
map
जेरिन को
control
ऊपर
on the
देखा
micro
और
strategies
तूने खुद
that
को
you
नीचे
need
देखा
to
तो तू ही
always
किया
keep
ना
in your hand.
इंडिविजुअली बोल
For
रहा है.
example, the biggest, I think, the part on that A side, generator. Every single time Jen was in control
हाँ
of
रुक
Boom
ना देख
Esports,
रहा
the
हूँ एक
paranoia
सेकंड.
comes through. How are you going to stop it? How are you going to fight it? You're going to have a paranoia come in, you go behind Jen, Famazine dashes in, and you got 3 players swinging from aiming. You can't do anything about that. You need to have a contingency plan to stop that paranoia from coming in. And how are you going to do that? By
सुनो
going aggressive,
जाके है ना
baiting it out
प्रीमियर पे
early
जाके
on,
व्यू टीम
finding
करो
what Boom's game
वहां
plan
पर
is,
दिखेगा.
because that they were doing really well in the first half, baiting Boom's utility. But towards the end, again, Global Esports
ट्रैकर पे
went one step behind
कॉम्पी के
from their
बाजू में ही
usual
होता है.
game plan and let Boom take control of the game.
Yeah, I think even on situations where, it's a retake, I understand they want to play on that side itself, but I do agree with you about the paranoia, about that corner. They don't have a lot of space to work with. In the beginning, yeah, they had these nice crossfires set up, but when you have a situation where Boom Esports is able to crunch you
और
from
फिर
2 to 3
मैचेस
different
में जा
areas, you can
मैचेस
see the
में
contingencies, right? How much respect they have for GE, even when it's against one player just trying to save that off. They're making sure that they have all grounds covered, just making sure that they have a crossfire
अरे
set up,
उधर
making sure
जाके
they're coming in
स्टैट्स
from
चेक
2
कर.
different areas, not allowing themselves to be isolated. We saw that in the beginning, but it was just off that one timeout, we see everything is completely changed the way the Boom Esports plays, which is why I agree with you. They are second half esports at one point, but once they are, if there is one word I would have said over and over again about Boom Esports, going against them is like going against a rampaging bull. They just completely rush at you out of nowhere from downtown, and you would not have expected it. And this happened so many times to Global Esports. They were okay with playing on site. They were okay with playing, together in one little corner. But again, it's just maybe that one paranoia, that one fragment. And then suddenly you see a crunch from 2 different places. Famous coming in from the other side of Jen. And you have his teammate coming in from the other. And it's so scary how they approach these things, because you cannot fight back. You cannot expect trade potential from your teammates.
Absolutely, that little GE style of play, it kind of phases in and out. So they're trying to settle into it as much as they can. Of course, it's a new team, so you would expect them to take a little bit of time. But the thing is that they're showing flashes of it in some rounds, having like maybe 3-4 rounds where it goes that certain way, and then they kind of fall back. I understand you have, of course, you can't play every single round as the way that you played the previous one. You can't keep doing that. But it's the style that's been helping you, and Kelly has a lot of good calling so far in the games that he's played. But I want to hear from Juvie.
अरे जाके परफॉर्मेंस देख
How
परफॉर्मेंस
exactly
मैचेस
did the
में
game plan
तेरे को
change in
सबका
those last couple of
परफॉर्मेंस
rounds? Why
दिखेगा.
was Global Esports playing a lot more passive? Juvie, please explain to us what exactly happened.
Player performance.
अरे एक मैच
We can't hear Juvenile
It's not me.
again.
It's not me.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
You're good.
you're right.
It's
You're
not
right.
me. I promise. It's not. I swear it's not me. All right.
Okay,
It's,
so let's talk about game number 1.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just pressure gets to you at the end. You start making individual mistakes. Start playing a little too individualistic. The word I couldn't say earlier. And yeah, I mean that happens. We definitely threw around. We got ecoed one round, and that's sort of recent. Like on attack, we were up 5-0, right, or whatever it was, and then we got ecoed or 5-1. And we got ecoed. Once you get the eco point, you get some momentum. They have a little momentum. Everybody drops a little bit. And that's what happened on the attack side, and then on defense, they just kept
average
pushing. We
comeback
couldn't do anything
score
about it.
वो है तेरा.
Partially, that's my fault. I should have called a better adjustment on defense, because I think now I sort of know what we should have done. But yeah, I mean, we're learning. We're all learning. Everybody's learning.
Okay, so can you share with me something? Now you've seen how overwhelming the firepower coming through from from Boom Esports has been. Now you're running a Cypher Lock, right? For Cypher Lock, what is the biggest? Why did you go with Cypher Lock exactly for this map, and why not the usual standard? What's the idea behind it?
This comp has been doing really well for us. I've ran this comp last season with Lev. This comp beats meta comp most of the time. We just played it badly.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it's badly. You guys did have an idea in mind how exactly to play it, but give me some pros and cons here. I mean, you did say just now it did beat some comps last year, and I think we're starting to see this comp adapted everywhere. Now, you wanna expect a better, like I would say, a defensive side, right? But how would you exactly approach your attacking side here with this?
अरे अपन अपना पहला मैच जीते ना, नहीं सेकंड मैच जीते ना अपन.
More than defensive sided. Pretty consistently, you can get like 8-9 rounds on attack pretty easy. And defense sometimes struggles depending on what the other team does. Obviously, these guys just kept rushing A. It felt like the majority of the time we just didn't adapt quick enough to that. But, yeah, I mean the attack just you just deny information across the map. They don't have much information. They have to peek with their bodies. You wall contact and you win. That's pretty much how it goes.
You did have
अरे वो 576 वाला मेरा है जो मैं लास्ट मंथ में खेला.
Was being a little more proactive. You guys sent out that the double push that you get, the triple as well towards B main mostly, where you find control of that sector. You kind of make Boom Esports feel uncomfortable. But towards
अरे जेट तेरा दोस्त खेला था ना.
The team started playing a lot more on site. They were playing a lot more defensive. They let Boom Esports take control of the main regions of both sides. What exactly happened? Was it a calling thing from Kelly S, or did you give any instructions for them to start playing a little more passive?
अरे I guess मेरे को लग रहा है सारे seasons.
No, I mean like I said, just pressure, man. Just pressure issues sometimes is something that we got to work on. That's one of the reasons for these show matches is for us to get used to, quote unquote pressure and playing under these pressure situations. The big thing is, yeah, like they just kept executing A, man. We could have done a little bit more proactiveness in the mid. Could have pushed down mid, could have killed the Cypher from mid pretty easily instead of always doing the B main stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things probably we could have done differently, but we'll watch this VOD back and we'll make those adjustments.
Alright, let's talk a little bit about the second map here coming up. Do you have any expectations on what to expect and what you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, what we did last time we played Split, obviously last time we played Split was a lot cleaner than the first time we played Split. I think if we play how we're supposed to, we do what we're supposed to, like, we should win, right? Boom is obviously a good team. They obviously have great players, but so do we.
All right, Juvie, you've got one more game coming up. Split they do play a pretty interesting comp there as well. They play in with the Sky, which of course is a little, kind of sort back to the old-fashioned way. And they play a single duelist race. How are you looking to?
Oh, now he got muted.
Yeah, everyone's just getting muted here. Oh no! Looks like the juvenile.
So the counter.
Universe.
The counter is yeah, I mean they have Viper, they have Cypher. The idea here is basically bully the Cypher, counter the Viper. That's pretty much what you do on this. Deny mid as much as you can. Don't let them just walk up mid for free. Make them use util to take the space, and then makes your defense a little easier.
Can you hear me now?
I mean,
yes, sir.
coming. Oh, there you go. He's back. All right, Universe.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. All right, okay. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Jivy, you've got an important game to get to. We're gonna keep you all here for too long. Have fun, and hopefully we'll see G winning and see you on map number 3.
Yeah, winning is fun, so we're gonna win this one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
He's funny. He's funny. He's got jokes.
Yeah, he's got jokes, but that was actually serious. Winning is fun. He's being serious there because winning, of course, is fun, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see Global Esports take on Split in just about a split second. But for now, we're just gonna wait for the teams to get ready up as they will be heading into the server. Global Esports have an interesting comp on this one as well. They play the Sova, they play the Neon. And they do not play, anything close to what you see in the usual meta comp on Split. So I'm excited to see what exactly is going to be the game plan from Boom Esports here to kind of counter that, because they're pretty quick. They're not afraid to take, map control in their hands, and they're really good at stopping when needed to bleed out their own information across the map when on attack. You've seen that on the previous map. This time they need to do it a little bit more cleanly, that's it. And it is, of course, another map where Boom Esports rely a lot on their initiation ability and Famazine to jump in behind that. So let's see how he's going to be playing up in this game and how impactful, once again, is DOS9 going to be for this team. First game, he was amazing, outstanding stuff. The utility usage from this man
ये
so
अपन
far,
डबल
showing to
कंट्रोलर
be
भी तो
on
कर
par
सकते
when
हैं
it
ना
comes to
आज.
tier 1. Can he continue that in map 2 is my big question. And on the side note, I'm genuinely really ecstatic and happy to see this guy play this well on the tier 1 scene.
Yeah, I mean, technically tier 1 hasn't started yet. They're still a ways away, but looking at them adjusting coming into, you know, this tournament is really exciting if you think about it. I mean, I think just now there was a bit of a mention, right, coming in from Juvenile, about what, you know, the pressure is, you know, for these players. I mean, for most of the tier 2 players, I mean, playing a LAN is not really something that they do every week that they do in tier 1, right? So that is an adjustment in itself, and it's honestly understandable why they would face a bit more pressure coming into this year. I mean, it's their first time together playing as a team, trying to adjust off each other. As far as I heard, it's not really that long ago that Global Esports has
मेरे को तो लगता है अपना
well.
अटैक निकल जाएगा, अपने को डिफेंस देखना
as
पड़ेगा.
well for, you know, to show off this show match. Sort of
pretty
helps
much
away
निकल
the
जाएगा.
idea that people are watching, how many thousands of people are watching.
हाँ, वही.
Good headspace.
आज यूएल का क्या करना है फिर?
Let's talk a little bit about a split coming up. I think they just played yesterday. I
अरे
believe it's
नहीं रे, यूएल का सीन तेरे को भी पता है. वहाँ पर वैंडल और फैंटम चलता ही नहीं है.
It was a 13-5 coming through here. And the fact that, you know, for this team running that neon yesterday from Patrick, who I think it's very important to talk about, because how strong this neon is right now is something that they have
डिफेंड का बोल रहा हूँ, अटैक का बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
Now the last time that Boom Esports played this, it was, I believe it was with the Jet, and I think we've seen what they can do with the Jet, right? I mean, how they approach this game. Not Jet, sorry, it was Raze.
It was a Raze. It was a Raze.
Yeah, it was Raze. Yeah, it was Raze. Yeah, exact same comp. But last time they played this during Predator League, it was Lilo playing the Raze, not Famous.
Yeah, they have changed things up here, and you know, you've got Famazine back, of course, playing.
Double controller.
He loves his duelist, and you know, he's a really experienced one as well. And
yesterday
Patrick, on the other hand,
दो
now needs
duelist
to showcase what he's got once again. He's been amazing on split. That neon has been a lot more than effective for Global Esports, but I expect these players now to adjust to that neon. Boom Esports. I think this is going to be a tough fight for Global Esports, given that again it's a double controller comp on both sides.
अगर बी पे खेलते तो एपी स्मोक नहीं करता ना, तो वाइपर का बॉल रहता
way that you can control the side. But once again, is that Omen paranoia that could throw things in the mix, and of course you've got the Sky Flashes, which are also a menace in the right hands, and NC Slasher has been doing a good job with initiation.
घुसना आसान नहीं है अगर वाइपर बी खेल रहा है तो. Having for Boom Esports, we talked about Moli से रहता है, Moli और DK करते हैं. The Gary buff, always the loudest person in the room, but Global Esports aggressive as ever, denies Garage from Boom Esports entirely, and Boom Esports they're forced to move out the way here. But leaving Shiro, will they check him is the question. They do, but Shiro wins it too with just a classic before finally Crystal shuts him down.
Yeah, reaction instantaneous from Boom Esports here to take the plan straight towards spawn. And they're going to start pushing up. A lot of map control. I'm not sure if Yuaton and Poppy might expect this.
Don't.
Up here, playing very close. Right click to the face. Poppy answers. But still, would it be hard for him as two of them already in CT. Now Crystal coming in from main. The recon to come forward, knows no one is close. But Heaven's side he has to watch. Ali's side he has to watch. No idea where to look, where to go. As soon as he taps that bomb, they're just gonna triple peek him. It's not gonna be easy. What we can do here is maybe go for exit frags. Try to put in a bit more damage. But Boom Esports, all eyes onto the other area as well. As soon as he peeks, he might go down here. Good for one, good for two. But in the end of the day, can't do more than that.
Yeah, he drops all the players, that's all he gets. But Global Esports start seemed to be good. Dropping two players there to the Viper was a big no-no. Instantly, they got disconnected. Boom Esports, once they realized that three players have pushed up B main, it means that the B site's empty. Krista would have nowhere near time to readjust into the site as quickly as he would have hoped for. And that's exactly where the plant went down towards spawn. Pushed up, take an extra bit of control. That's exactly what Rare Adam were not doing yesterday. And now we're doing pretty well on day 2. You know, it's these SEA teams that have control. They instantly understand what part of the map to attack, where to take control, and how to put pressure on the opponent's side when they, you know, cut off an entire part of the map by themselves.
No way. GE goes mid, no one here, and it's just a free B take for Boom Esports. Yeah, Berserk's just sort of trying to see. They could crunch him 2 different areas. Can buy some time. Backstab will be so good right now. There's a paranoia already. Unfortunately, Berserk's, his timing was just not there. Enough to put in a bit of damage, but I can't do more than that. Runs out the way here. Util all around. They fall!
Yeah, of course. Why not?
1-1 to his guy before finally Poppy shuts him down. Gets a bit of an upgrade
Cosmetic
here.
stun.
Oh my god. He just waited. So sharp in the end of that dash too. Now, they have to go for a take here. And Boom Esports once again positions themselves all the way up there in CT. They can't get out to the side here, but as soon as they peek out, it's going to be 3 members just pointing guns straight at them. They're understanding that time's not on their side here. I'm guessing they're trying to go for exit frags and just go down to spike, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, once again, the cosmetic stun strikes. How he gets away with 2 there, I have no clue. 1 was acceptable, the second, absolutely not. Really, really good stuff from Berserks here to get away with that. I mean, fair enough, the second one was low, so I'm going to give it to him, but it was through the body of a third, actually. And now Global Esports, on their full buy round, are going to set up pretty heavy towards that A site. Got the Cypher, the Udaton's going to be playing on A.
Through them.
And they're actually going for a bit of a mid push here, it seems. Crystal and Kelly to maybe just hold on a little bit of an aggressive position as Boom Esports now hold for any sort of Global Esports mechanisms in terms of map control. Nothing of that sort just yet. They're going to hold back and let Boom do their thing. But Boom themselves are just waiting to see where the information leaks. Trailblazer towards mid instantly triggers off a bit of retaliation from the defense, but still a stalemate as Poppy is probably going to be the first point of contact in terms of a fight.
Pressure, but he's quiet here. Poppy gonna buy some time. Kellyes plays perfectly with the utility. Famous answers here for top side. Kellyes plays beautifully with his teammates. Boom Esports, they're not done. Here comes Patrick. Oh! Some movement, dude. Wow.
Yeah, he loves this map, you know. It's been pretty evident for the last 2 days as well. He just absolutely loves Split. He's just got some sort of a, you know, confidence booster on this map. Global Esports, good hold off in the end there. Did lose a bunch of players, but of course it was Patrick to the rescue who just slides in like a hero and then slides out like one as two. A little bit of, you know, deficit in terms of weaponry, a Guardian, a Judge, a bunch of regenerative shields here. But Boom Esports looking pretty healthy to move further on in this. This is that camera Berserks, and that's going to be out for another 15 seconds. And Boom are going to hold on for some time to get a little bit extra pieces of the map.
Already have a bit of idea, semblance of idea that there's going to be at least one person up onto Heaven. Now Crystal, eyes onto mid side. I don't think they saw the player inside of Sewers. Now, coming up forward here, Boom Esports just gonna slowly but quietly make their way onto the site here. Quick jump.
Oh, what?
You'll come! What is that shot? 2 to the face already! And he wants more, can't. Famous is just gonna quickly knock him down. He's gonna be making his way onto Heaven side as well. Breaks the cam, breaks the recon as well here. Kellyes quietly gonna find his way onto window side. Famous to fall. Shiro's timing unfortunately got not good enough. Still here, 3 members all around. Udotan finally gets his first pick off of the day.
30 seconds left.
Someone hits his A side here. Gonna clear that corner with the utility. A jump shot forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold on together here. Shiro trying his best to dwindle down the numbers of Global Esports, and it's hard. 1 on 4. Such a tall order to ask for. He's just gonna move out of the way. Just most likely gonna go for a save
10
here.
seconds left.
Yeah, good decision from Shiro to just hold on because he is on 47 HP. He could have lost his life there if he had taken one more extra step towards the left side. Yutatan was ready to take him down, but he's going to be getting away with a Phantom and this little clip here from Patrick. Absolutely great. Honestly, after the disgustingness that he pulled off, he kind of deserved a bullet to the face from Famousin. But
yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. He's loving that Neon. He's already got the ultimate online, and Crystal's got it too. And that's a dangerous combo, by the way, because they kind of pair it really often. You know, letting Patrick be the Chaos Master behind the Hunter's Fury when Boom Esports are kind of just jumping around. It works really well for them. At least 75% of the time, they've got a great amount of chemistry to execute that. But Boom Esports right now, looking to find some success on mid. Nade's going in deep. They've gotten early control so far. They pushed Kelly off his mark. And they're going to take in towards Wen. So mid is completely forgiven to Boom here as... now they have to decide where does this attack split into, because they've got the Viper on B main, and he's gonna have to wait till that tripwire is broken because it's gonna be very powerful for Shiro there to try and gain control on Yutatan because he's got eyes everywhere at the moment.
Flash on the site already. That recon, sorry, excuse me, that wire will give Kelly as the first pick off here. A lot of pressure onto Heaven side here. Crystal unfortunately will be caught off guard. Still, Urutan on site itself. You have Patrick Hu as well, just playing the Kingmaker here, putting in the damage. Gatekeeping the site. Already here alone as Patrick Hu. He's making a bomb, and you can tell he's having the time of his life on his Neon.
Don't get stabbed. Bad way to go.
Patrick, yes, that's who he is right now. He's got multiple personalities. Patrick Hu, Patrick Watt, Patrick Y. You know, as I've been told by Juvenile, he's got multiple personas. This is Patrick, yes. Go, Patrick, go. Patrick, keep doing whatever you're doing. Patrick, do not stop. Any more phrases, go for it. But right now, it seems like he's going to be doing that, what I just said. Patrick, do not stop. As he's going to be facing off Boom head on towards his A main side. And I'm not sure he's ready for it. Now he gets back.
A lot of util just to break that execute there. Well played by Global Esports. Boom Esports forced back here. Jump peeks from Shiro over at mid as well. So immediately gonna smoke off Vent's area. Maybe for the right time to drop that Paranoia as well. Helias still puts in a bit more pressure toward aiming. But Famous has already found himself all the way up onto Heaven. Pre-fires for the box. He even moves up with the Paranoia, but Global Esports has done a good job of playing a little bit more back. They didn't want to take this first initial contact fight, instead forcing Boom Esports to fight them.
Yeah. Crystal's just going to clear out that close ramp region, but Boom Esports heard that, so now they're going to start walking in. Kelly, he's having a constant jiggle of that little cavity towards A, but the minute he spots one, it's going to turn into a rampage. And they've been doing it time and time again. That tripwire is going to catch when I play. Sure, it doesn't. He gets away with it, but the Hunter's Fury comes out, and now it's on to...
No way.
First gets one, and now the retake is on to Global.
Gonna get that plant though, but that was extremely chaotic. Scrappy even. But still, GE, a lot to do here for that retake there. Moves quickly into the side as well. Famous first off. We already have the overdrive online as well. Patrick Hu putting in the space, the damage. Shiro positions himself all the way back. It's just so overwhelming when the entirety of Global Esports plays together. Hard to land that shot before finally Crystal shuts him down. And Global Esports gonna get another point to their name. Is looking so good right now.
Yep. Once again, it is going to be Patrick to enter into the side, create the space needed. The minute you hear that phrase from the Neon when the ult is deployed, you have to be scared. You have to be wondering, oh God, where is this guy going to come from? He's going to strike lightning. And even though he was in such a small crunch of that elbow, he was just moving left, right, in that just tiny micro movements to make sure that the Sky NC Slasher does not land a single bullet on him. And then he runs around the side, finishing off the rest as well. The plant, unfortunately, not made for Heaven. Boom got uncomfortable there, holding on to the site. And that ended up being a great Global Esports round once again. Now, the setup, of course, is going to be looking to change, I think. Boom Esports have called in a timeout here. And I believe that Six Fingers is going to probably note down, the fact that B has actually not been that heavily guarded so far. Mid has been successful for them. They need to try and hold on to that region as much as possible. And they right now need to find some more picks before they actually enter into a site.
Uni, what do you think so far? What's happening?
I think Boom Esports need to be a little bit more aggressive towards mid. I just mentioned, if they're able to take mid control convincingly, then I think they're gonna have a lot of better, avenues to exploit. I feel like they should be able to split better onto the sites that they want to go towards, because the A site mostly has just been from that main region, and they're not able to exploit it the way that they want to by going in just from one straight line. So that's what I think.
This push is just so aggressive. Look at these two teams just completely push up forward. It's like watching two Rhinos just completely go at it. Famous for one already. That stinger in hand has done a lot of damage. Now Urotan, he wants to fight. He pushes through those smokes. The cage, excuse me. But Famous, with a showstopper in hand here. Urotan's timing is just so good. I'm not sure how he survived that actually. But NC Slasher finally knocks him down.
Spike planted.
Poppy here. Forced to buy some time as well. His teammate not close enough. The crossfire set up by Boom Esports is huge. A smoke as well. Very, very hard to try and cross this and try and break this defense. Crystal at least finds one here, but Poppy, he pushes out. Famous is there to answer. But they completely crunch him as well with Berserks as well.
Yeah, pretty solid round from Boom Esports, and that timeout worked to perfection.
Yes.
They understood how exactly this time to take control of that A site and deny Global Esports any sort of, entry into the site. They made them feel uncomfortable. Global Esports were going on the aggressive foot. They didn't want them to let them, go for the plant at all. But Boom seemed to be ready for it. Held off the flood pretty easily, almost, because they had multiple numbers committed to taking that fight. And in the end, it was them to win that round 4-3. And here comes a wide pit to set off that mid into just their hands. That green pit is not going to deny Boom Esports any sort of information and control, which means they're going to have to now focus on the extremities, because flushing Kelly out of that is going to be a nightmare, given that there's a tripwire there to support him as well. And Shiro, once again, up to his no goodness towards that B main side, and he's actually managed to crawl in. No, he's gonna go back.
No, I think it's just more of just trying to get an idea of what to expect here. There's a lot of question marks for Boom Esports there. No clue how this has been set up. Urotan playing very aggressively inside of the smoke corner. You also have Gas or Smoke as well. Urotan completely takes advantage but cannot survive longer than that. Unfortunately for Patchy, he will be flashed, but he's not done quite yet. Famous nearly goes down from the one end here. Here's Crystal. Shock darts forward. Not enough to put into damage. Not enough to take down the members of Boom Esports. They get the plant. Once again, 2-4 retake. Not going to be the easiest for Global Esports, and they know it. Once again, it's called a save for Global Esports. They're not even going to try and challenge this.
Yeah, once again, it is going to be a solid beat take from Boom Esports. They had such great pathing, and they made sure that they made Global Esports feel the pressure in the way that they want to, because they're not able to actually hold on these sites. Global Esports, their proactiveness has kind of been now matched up by Boom. They're being able to give them the exact same treatment on the attack side, so it's kind of like tit for tat right now, and they need to probably find a bit of a difference in this game right now, because Boom are going to continue to play in this style until it is broken by Global. So I feel like a timeout might be necessary in probably, if not this, then maybe the next. Oh, never mind. As I said, it comes up.
Dang. It's just honestly so interesting to see both these teams go around, right? It's like one end. I mean, again, I think it comes back to a Ascent game when you mentioned, Universe, about how both these teams play so similarly. And I completely agree with you. I'm seeing that mirror mindset come through. It just, honestly, this is the peak Apex style gameplay here.
यानी यार
You've
तेरे
seen the
लिए नया शील्ड आ गया,
firepower
वो
coming
नया
through
वाला
from
शील्ड तेरे
Indonesian
लिए
teams.
बहुत
The same
काम
could
का
be said about
Yeah.
Filipinos as well.
कम से कम
And
लाइट शील्ड
I
के
love
बाहर तो
that
आएगा
GE
तू
has really kind of leaned into that, going aggressive on both fonts here. Push
ऐसे
pull,
मतलब
yeah, but at the
650
same
का
time,
शील्ड है
some
रे,
moments we can see GE sort of play aggressive
ठीक है ना?
on both sides as well. But the difference between
हाँ
GE and Boom
650 का
Esports
शील्ड
is
है.
that Boom Esports, the way they execute together is just so terrifying. When every single player can shoot, and every single player you can sort of like, I would say, trust to play these aggressive style plays on their own. That's what's so terrifying about them compared to GE, who relies a lot more on being able to
Finally,
trade.
Lanish will be seen in some other shield.
Oh boy. This time I'd better give them a little bit of clarity as to how they want to move further into this game.
भाई
Global
साहिल
Esports
पढ़ने
need to
गए
once again defend
confirm.
that B hit coming in from Boom Esports because they're going in as quickly as possible. It seems gonna expect an initial
Nice.
contact, and there
मेरे
goes
मेरा अभी खाना हुआ है.
snake bite
मेरा
to
अभी
make sure
डेढ़
that nobody's gonna try any
डेढ़
sneak.
दो
There's
घंटे
no
बाद
operator
खाऊंगा.
either
अरे तू
so
बेचेगा
far
भी कैसे
from
ये बता
Patrick,
पहले.
which they have tried before, but it seems like this time around they're gonna wait. The
ये तेरे को
bullet
पता है ये
expired,
वाला
and here
प्ले
it goes.
जेंजी
They
करता
get
था
caught off
पहले.
guard, and
जेंजी
look
ने
at
चालू
that
किया.
straight through the smoke.
Udotan! He's not able to capitalize off that trip. Kelly S is here at very least. Timing could be huge. No, it's anti-slasher that comes out on top.
Nice lurk यार.
Gonna quickly find the one lurker to a mid-side area here. Berserk's done and dealt with here. Still, they have to deal with so much here. They have the pit to deal with as well. Moves up forward, slide as well.
जेरेन
Used
भाई
already.
कमेंट्री करो.
Poppy slowly make his way into the smokes. He capitalizes timing. Huge
Very
to find
well.
anti-slasher, but that's not the target he wants to look forward here. Bit more pressure in here. Famous playing very aggressive forward. Can win it as well, Poppy. He's to come
निकाल
one by one. The members of Boom
Nice,
Esports
nice
falls
clutch
like
रे.
dominoes.
Nice.
Despite the advantage of sight, despite the advantage
उन्होंने
of that
1v1 दे
pit,
दिया.
somehow
मुक्के अंदर
Global
ही.
Esports managed to pull through.
Yeah, the biggest problem here for Boom was the fact that nobody really played outside of the pit. Everybody just kind of committed to allowing Global Esports to surround them across every
सब
single
अंदर थे ना.
Patrick
इसलिए देख ही
did the
नहीं पाए
best
कौन
job
अंदर
of
है
going
कौन
across
बाहर
on the
है.
other side of the map and, letting them feel the pressure, firing bullets from every angle. Spawn was taken, Heaven was taken, and they kind of just pincered Boom Esports into that pit. And in the end, one player who needs to stay in there was a Viper. Everybody else could have just gone out and taken control
अरे मतलब
together.
पिट के
But they
अंदर
were
वो
just
बॉक्सेस
isolated,
के उधर
looking at
होना
certain
चाहिए था
angles,
सिटी के.
and got caught off guard. That's completely thrown them. Global Esports this time around do not want to give up B main whatsoever, and have demanded with 3 players going
यार
in
लाने से वाला
pretty
सीख
early
ले
on.
ना.
And see Slasher on
अटैकिंग
the
के
other
टाइम पे.
hand has taken ramp control for Berserks and given him a
मस्त
bit of
बता
space to
केजेस.
play with.
भाई
As once
केजेस रे.
again Global Esports
ये
now
जो
control rotation. Patrick making his
ऊपर
way
से
back
बॉक्स के ऊपर से लोग
towards
बैठ के डालते हैं ना,
as
खड़े रह
Crystal
के या जंप
actually
थ्रो करके.
has sent this
अच्छा
drone
है
towards
एकदम.
mid, but he's got no information. He's not spotted anybody. So he's
तेरा आवाज
unaware of the
कम आ
fact
रहा
that
था.
somebody could have been crawled in from whence.
Heaven side already. Berserk's quick to react off that, but so does Yokam. Here to go, and he sprays and moves out the way, but it's gonna be Dogside and denies him more damage. Smoke's done already, and Udotan from the side itself. Playing so carefully with his cage on the side itself. These are kill trips set up already here.
भाई आयरन बाय का 5 मिनट हुआ नहीं
as
लगता.
well. But Boom Esports, they're patient.
वो बंदा YouTube पे आज कमेंट कर रहा है भाई.
Flash as well. Snake bite. Will they actually check him? No, they don't.
अरे
Udotan
भाई,
plays
ओ
so
भाई.
perfectly
Nice
with his
one.
utility. The entire defense A side is his domain. No one crosses through at all. And Famous left all alone here. His position's been noted already by that neural theft. The cam broken. They know he's on ramps. Udotan, he's not done. Bloodthirsty as ever here.
आयरन आ गया.
That
करण
Famous
याद
has
कर रहा था.
moved forward here. They push and he falls. And Famous
Nice
happy
timing.
with that one pick off he got as he runs away. Tail between his legs. Trying to bring a gun to another round here. And now Global Esports extend the lead.
Yeah, they need as many rounds as they possibly
They
can.
need Discord.
8-4 would be an
Maybe.
amazing scenario, all things considered, because of course they are playing on the defensive split, which is considered historically to be the better side of this map. But in the past, Global Esports have also shown that their attack is just as good, and it's going to be difficult for them to this time maneuver against a team like Boom on split, because they're a lot more well versed to play on this map. Seems like there is a pause at the moment, and Crystal is just gonna probably take a small little bathroom break, and Esports 2 at the middle of it will just make sure that all their players are feeling, light and good.
Yeah. Here's a little fun fact about the GE house. Back near their water, there's a tiny little note that reminds them what they need to do. I don't remember what it says, but it's like the rules slash what's the word? It's the rules slash the idea or the vision of Boom Esports. No, sorry, of Global Esports. So I was telling Rohit the last time I visited, like every time they go there, they have to be reminded of the integrity of being a pro player.
That's really nice. Wait, you said this is near the water dispenser, right?
Yeah, it's right above the water dispenser.
Okay, it would be really weird if this was in the toilet. Like imagine you're going to pee, and then when you close the door, right in front it's written, remember what you have to do. And then he's sitting like, yo, I know, I'm just doing it right now.
Let me reason why I remembered that is because, it's because I think it was Crystal went to go get water, and I'm wondering when he reads that, will that empower him? Will that change the mindset? Or
type का shield है.
Imagine, right? Kind of like an anime moment. When
उसका
he's
कुछ
like,
तो कितना 50 या 25 ही है, 100 तक नहीं है ऐसा कुछ.
I'm sorry, I've been watching.
मेरे को भी इतना आइडिया नहीं है. मैं अपडेट खेला नहीं है.
I just got another one,
वो यार
great motivation again for players. If you want to be a pro player, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me very carefully. Yeah? If you want to be a pro player and you want to get in the mentality of getting a pro player, you need to be on your toes all the time, correct? You need to be great at everything you do. So when you feel like you've got to put every aspect of your life into that mentality monster kind of a mood, all you need to do is take a sheet of paper and just write, do it better, and paste it across every room of your house. Even when you go for a bathroom break, you read it, do it better. And then you even do that better.
Okay, in contrast, right? You look at Boom Esports, you have the founder / owner himself. I think regardless of what esports title, he's always flying out to watch his team play. And right now, Showmatch, he's right there behind his players. What more? How much more motivating can that be? Now, I don't know if you know, Universe, Gary, he's one of the loudest cheerleaders around for the team. He owns the team. He's also the cheerleader for the team. Like whenever he's yelling, everyone stares at him.
Nice. That's very interesting. I like hearing that. Of course, we always need loud cheerleaders. And speaking of loud cheerleaders, it's gonna be Dawson and.
That's a loud opening from Boom Esports. Look how aggressive they are. Quickly taking up space, completely just smothering the site. They can't do anything, Global. Lost 2 players already. Famous eats a bit of damage from that shock dart. Gets a pop-up as well. He does have the new region shield as well. Shiro here playing this corner. His location has been revealed. He's stuck here. Can't do anything. He has to try to isolate these fights here. Hard to move. A flash as well. And Kelly S quickly gets the job done. Still, another 3 members to deal with. Kelly S, he puts in the damage. 2-on-2, equalizing numbers. Poppy from the other end. From screens. Nova piles forward, sharp to the head. One more to worry about. Famous as these is enough to take him down. 3 HP, but Kelly, yes, brings in the pain. And they get the round. Global Esports. Split looks to be one of their stronger maps, at least for today.
Yeah, I thought initially this is going to fall apart because they lost the so quickly. Boom Esports turned up the pace really fast on that A side right off the pace. But once again, the safety net of LES comes in, getting that double kill
जो टीम्स था वो दिन पे वो लोग सबसे रिलेटेड है आज जो आई ना लड़की वो भी वो बूम से थोड़ा रिलेटेड है टीम से उसका कंटेंट क्रिएटर टाइप्स थी वो और उसके रीजन के उसके लिए ऐसा लोग काटते तो बुला रहे हैं.
And that was a brilliant retake from Global Esports. 7-4, and winning this last round too will just be cherry on top of the cake for them, because this half started off a little bit shaky, but to finish it this strong would give them so much confidence. Boom, once again, outside that B main, Poppy's here this time, and he's got himself a little concealed, throwing down another star just to make sure that nobody's gonna come up close and he can isolate these fights. But after throwing down that Viper smoke orb, they're just gonna go back here. The spike currently still in towards mid, so Boom Esports still debating about where exactly this hit's gonna go. I'm not sure what the idea is. They do have information now thanks to the Trailblazer. It's gonna go up towards the Heaven. Instantly destroyed, and here goes the showstopper.
Here comes already on the other side of sight. Now Famous Recon already shows his location as well. Yes from here, but here comes Patrick Q here. A slide to come forward here. Shiro shuts him down at the very least. But his teammates are still on site, still putting in damage to any of the members of Boom Esports trying to get onto the site. But NC Slasher, the rest, they're looking.
Hello, ना actually वो DOS9 को ना अपने टीम में रहना चाहिए था जी में. ना वो DOS9 बहुत अच्छा मालूम
about the Cypher, the trips,
शायद ओमन खेल रहा
as well. Shiro.
हाँ भाई. वो गुड है.
Berserk here is holding.
तो उन्होंने लिया ही नहीं.
Shoot. Timing. He's on his side here. Crystal wins it in the end. Berserk's punished, and so does NC Slasher. Leaving Shiro
जी ने
on
पूरा
his
वो लोग
own.
का एक ही लैंग्वेज रहना चाहिए उसके सब लोगों को सब फिलीपींस और सिंगापुर वालों को ही ले एक भी दूसरा रीजन का नहीं
There is going to be the problem as he is not only showed his location away but also with Udo-tan and his teammates on Heaven. My God, Global Esports, they are completely smothering the members of Boom Esports.
Yeah, it's total domination so far. They've kind of adjusted behind which part of the map.
अपडेट के बाद ओमन तो भाई यूजलेस है.
Global Esports realize, you know, as long as they've got mid and these extremities where they can split from in their hands,
ओमन तो बहुत यूजलेस हो गया. वन वे वगैरह कर ही नहीं सकता.
To get into these sites with
वही तो सीन हुआ ओमन का. वन वे निकल गया उसका.
They've let the sites be a little bit more empty.
अभी डायरेक्ट लो ओवर एक्स्ट्रा खेलेंगे.
But most of the
सब लोग मेरे को तो एक्स्ट्रा ही खेलेंगे इस बार. 5 स्टार है ना एक्स्ट्रा का.
that Global Esports have
एक्स्ट्रा बहुत क्रेजी है.
has given them 4 rounds in a row on defense to put it up to 8-4, giving them the best scenario possible.
बिग ब्रेन प्लेस खेलने का यार.
This time around,
वो देखा ना वो लोग देखा कैसा फेक ये करके भाई प्लेयर अंदर डालते हैं फिर वापस स्टार कलेक्ट करके वापस प्लेयर वापस बाहर निकालते हैं. बहुत स्मार्ट खेलते हैं.
Patrick who at all. Straight through the back.
फेक स्मोक करता है ना लोग ऐसा वाला.
Unfortunately, not able to follow through quite yet. They know already here. And just shoots them in the face one by one. Berserk's to get one, but he immediately trades back. Global Esports. Incredible firepower. Shiro against a 3. Could try and isolate. But GE, they look like they have protocols. Look at that. 2 playing from main, 1 toward the other back of sight. As soon as he crosses, a high-low setup and a crossfire as well.
लोगों का पोजीशनिंग देखना मैं.
Still.
फर्स्ट क्लास पोजीशनिंग देखना.
Quick peek, and there you have it. Global Esports.
ये सब अगर अपन करने लगे ना भाई बहुत क्रेजी खेलने.
Yeah, solid start here.
Red Atom.
Burst down. The flood was just plagued Boom Esports as if they had no time to actually adjust. The players who were playing on Heaven got 1 second to kind of jump down into hell and support the players on site. But DOS9 just not ready for that outswing and wide. And the rest of GE let the wall drop down, fight together the minute, you know, the Patrick had control of backside. And just really good stuff, you know, where to peak, when to peak.
वो ग्रीनल को फिर कौन सा जॉब लगा बे?
We've seen them get eco before, and I don't hope to see
Cloud
it now.
engineering, भाई.
Good initial contact onto B main to deny Boom Esports any sort of
टीचर से सीधा क्लाउड इंजीनियर भाई.
information. But the smoke comes in retaliation from DOS9, and that's going to just slow down Global Esports for a bit. Yuratan back to his usual nuisance of keeping that A main in control by himself, as Patrick currently has been left to just stand in mid and hope for the fact that Boom Esports pushes up and gives Global Esports a free pickoff, but not going to be the case at the moment.
Shots about here. Berserk's completely capitalizes playing with his teammates over on ramps now. Quickly changes there, gets a bit of an upgrade as well, because his smoke's already set down onto B main as well. As he Slasher, his timing might be good here if he's lucky. Spots out that drone, tries to break it, so his presence has been noted there onto mid area, and GE thinks twice about trying to go up there. But the rotations are already coming through here from the members of Boom Esports. Full control of Heaven already, no idea what's behind those screens. It's 2. Yes only goes in hand here. And Famous with the Bucky. Of course it's gonna be the Bucky. 2 to his name. Poppy's timing could be huge. Good for 1 already. DOS9 knocked down. Crystal gonna go up those ropes there, bringing attention onto Heaven's side. But here's Poppy on the other end, playing perfectly behind the pillar. There's still Shiro to worry about. 13 seconds to go. Shouldn't be a problem getting the spike onto the site, but Shiro only has a shorty in hand. Tries to put the damage in. Can't do more than that, and here's our first ace of the day, Poppy! What a statement play!
Yeah, it came on the back of a little bit of scrappiness from Global Esports. They didn't expect that Bucky up close and personal. He swung out there and got two Famazine in the end. Got a little scary. And Poppy really lucky to readjust. Because why? Famazine took out his knife right before he saw his teammate fall down. And that's exactly why Poppy survived there. Otherwise, Crystal would have been in a 1v2. Global Esports genuinely lucky to win that round after what just happened. They shouldn't have, but they did thanks to Poppy being a little bit aware of positions. And just a touch of luck coming his way. So they need to be careful about how they approach this. Because this is not the first time Global Esports have had, scrappy anti-eco rounds. They're good on the pistols themselves too, but they cannot get, they cannot get to a position where they lose players in multiple numbers like this. 3 they lost, dropped a bunch of weapons.
जो main इस पे ना
Now they're gonna have to invest, as you can see.
Stream हो रहा है करके और अपना नाम भी अगर सर्च करेगा तो दिखता नहीं इधर.
Coming into this, I think it's so interesting that you mentioned that as well, right? It's just a matter of like this individual brilliance that's coming in through the team as well. But at the same time, as you said, Universe, I don't think
और अगर हो सकता है ना अपना चैनल ना थोड़ा नाम ओपन ना थोड़ा इजी रखते मतलब सर्च करेगा ना यूनिक रहना चाहिए तो दिख नहीं रहा है.
It is something that they want to try to fix
कितने बार टीम एट्रोसिटी डाला आ नहीं रहा है.
अरे वो मेरे साथ भी हो रहा है.
Initial contact once again pretty similar and they've got
वो अभी तक अपन ने वीडियोस वगैरह डाला नहीं है ना तो थोड़ा मुश्किल है ढूंढना.
Oh my god, it's a bloodbath on B main! Patrick, who is still very much healthy and alive, peeks forward, smokes off heaven. Now he lies in wait. Poppy's here as well already. They have the Cypher just roaming onto it mid-area here, Udo-san. His timing could be massive. But Shiro is making sure that he could cross safely with the orb. Pokes up his head here and sees Slasher. Gonna be happy that he's able to just move out the way safely. And that's info as well.
Gotta go.
Not shots by 15 views to idhar hai 33 views ho gaye.
Come down and that's gonna be no problem. They've heard the tap in and Yoda is kind of repositioned as well. He's gone in towards B main. Those in the trap wire.
और अपना रील 200 लोगों के ऊपर वॉच हो चुका है.
Slasher and now Boom have plenty of information that this has to be either pillar, backside or B main.
Hello.
Fire from Udo-tan. Flash just to confirm everything here.
फाइनली तेरा आवाज अभी आ रहा है.
What on earth
मैं
was
पूछ रहा था
that?
कितना हैशटैग डाला तुम लोग ने.
Gonna quickly capitalize
भाई
here.
पता नहीं इतना सारा लिस्ट का मेरे को याद भी नहीं है. बहुत सारा
है ना मतलब ठीक.
हाँ बहुत सारा डाला है. शॉर्ट में भी डाला है, इंस्टा में भी हैशटैग बहुत सारा डाला है.
So unfortunate, he got a bit too aggressive there.
Boom Esports did a really good job of clearing out initial angles towards mid and CT to make sure that nobody actually was there in these positions. And Global Esports are rescinded. They kind of should have taken
a live chat hoga na.
Maybe fight Boom Esports on these cavities, but they just chose to play towards back of side, pillar, and be
मैं और से जेरिन बात कर रहे हैं.
Play on the back of double swings.
मैं और आइवन ही बात कर रहे थे.
Unfortunately for them,
क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
तुम लोग देखो फोन में भी भाई.
वही कर रहा.
10-5, still of course Global Esports double the lead away from where Boom currently sit upon. They've got the Cosmic Divide as well, and mid seems to be a point of contention for GE. Shiro, the only one here, puts up his Viper to protect him and make sure that he can clear his close angles.
अबे मतलब ये लोग कल असेंट जीता और असेंट का हार गया मतलब.
असेंट पे हारा और अभी सेकंड मैच पे.
हल्का वो लोग का असेंट इतना स्ट्रांग था देखा तुमने. 10-1 सीधा 13-1.
हाँ कल सही था.
That does not bode well. Udo-tan caught with his pants down here. So look at where the concentration of Global Esports players are. Straight on to heaven, Berserk's is ready for him. Shiro here. Unfortunately, Poppy was there. Quick swing and a pop is just all he needs here. Moving and weaving on the side itself through the smokes and GE.
नहीं रे लोग
pressure onto the smokes as
सेकंड
well.
डे पे जिससे खेला ना वो लोग हार गया 10 पिट.
There is the pain shells just to deny the plants. But
अरे
that's
हाँ
to
ना,
stop
now
it.
उसके
Not
साथ
enough at the very least. Positions all around
Okay.
here, all the way on the back of side pillar
अच्छा
B main
13
as
5 या
well.
13 6 ऐसा कुछ तो
Quick
हारा था
TP from DOS9.
अरे भाई
Gonna catch someone off guard? No. It's Kelly
TP
S that comes up on top here. Good protocols from GE. Crossfire's
तो
layers,
कर
in
सकते थे
fact. It is so hard to break this
यार blind
defense.
नहीं था उसके लिए
Police
बच गया
Player standing. Gonna raise up their hands and see defeat as Kelly S at least gonna find famous as he leaves the site itself. And for Boom Esports, left in a position where they're just scratching their heads, no clue what to do with this. They don't check it, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be NC Slasher gonna find two pickoffs as a consolation prize. Getting away by the skin of his teeth.
ये तो खेलने मिलेगा नहीं रात को
Yeah, I was a little concerned that
तेरी मर्जी रे
getting caught
तू
out
तो
here would
सिर्फ
be
से
a
तो
problem, but GE's instant
200
response
times
to closing that
better है
point
हाँ
there
मैं ही
is gonna
खेले
be
यार
going
मैं
towards that B side with full
कल मैं सोच
conviction.
रहा वन से नहीं खेले
Only
अपना
problem
live
that
video
Boom had this time around, making individualistic plays, getting a little desperate to find some form of an
हाँ उसके
advantage.
मैं सोच रहा अभी वन करने नहीं तो
Forced
नेट पैक
Berserks
खत्म
to
होगा
pop
फिर
out of
वीडियो
that smoke,
लगेगा
made DOS9 put that, shadow step on top of boxes on the left side of B main, and that's
तो
giving
ना
GE
स्क्रीन
their
रिकॉर्ड
lead
करना
round.
मैचेस का अपन
Now,
मैचेस ये
I
डाल
think
देना
there's a
स्क्रीन
timeout
रिकॉर्ड
here called in. I'm pretty sure. Yep, Six Fingers has called it in. And he's not happy with the way that these rounds have been trickling down for again for GE and against his team. But
पर अपना रिकॉर्डिंग का अपन जो करता है
factor right now
मैं
for
फ्रेम
Boom
ड्रॉप
Esports should be
होता
the fact that they can't
नहीं नहीं
continuously catch Unaton off guard on that A main position because there's
Nvidia
literally 90% of the times
हाँ
that
हाँ
he's alone there, and if they're able to cut him off once again, they
ये
should
तो
be
अपना
able
जो
to play
ग्राफिक कार्ड है
good
उसे स्ट्रीम
retakes on
करने
that
ट्राई
B
करना
side,
उससे को होता है
considering that this time Berserks and DOS9 don't give up their life
देखना
one by
पड़ेगा
one.
वो वही
You know,
क्योंकि वो लोग का भी
it's
कुछ तो
kind
है
of giving that same
ट्रेनिंग के
energy
लिए उसमें
from
तेरा
that first
बैकग्राउंड
map,
वगैरह भी
right?
सब कुछ तो है
With
उसमें
Urotan playing on in front of B
नहीं
and
तो
then
ना
he's getting
शायद
punished
देखो
over and
ग्राफिक्स सब
over
लो
again.
करना
It's
पड़ेगा
giving the
वैलोरेंट
same
का
thing, and I'm really wondering if there
सही
is
है
ट्राई
going to
करेगा
be I don't know, a change or an adjustment on how exactly they approach how they play there. I mean, I'm seeing the positions there. He's still playing. I mean, he has his trips there. He's still there. But this time around, it's Patrick who with him.
हाँ
Yeah. He's got support, and Poppy's gonna join the
वो भी
movement as well.
एक बार देखना
He's
लो
running
पे
all
कितना
over
देगा
there.
सब
But
तो
this time I
कम
think they're trying
अगर
to bait out.
600
I
को
think
जाता रहेगा ना
the fact
या
of the matter
ओबीएस
is
चालू
Global
करो
Esports kind
300
of
आना
ready to
चाहिए
the
तेरा
fact that Boom might
300 250
maybe
से
try to catch
वैसा
the Cypher once again.
एक बार देख ले
They've
मेरे को वही
given
लग
up a
रहा है
little
कि
bit of backup,
हम
actually a
बाकी
whole
जो
lot of
टेनिस
backup.
हम लोग
Everybody's
सब
here
लोग का
from
रहता है ना
Global
सेटअप
Esports.
उनका भी
Initial
ग्राफिक
piece
लो
of
ही रहता है
information thrown towards B main,
तो
and
वैसा हो
now
एक बार
this
ट्राई कर बस
ultimate from Patrick could probably
क्या
कितना
be
बोलता
ड्रॉप
a
होता
game
है
changer.
ये अपना ये रीजन वाला शील्ड का क्या फायदा है
Trailblazer only spotting one here. Unfortunately, Yokam is
अरे
spotted.
इको राउंड पे काम आएगा तेरे बहुत
NC Slasher.
ब्लाइंड मारा
Big damage, and so does Patrick who.
तो देखो ब्लाइंडेड था बंदा उसने
That
कैसे
is
मारा
cold. In fact, he swaps it to a Vandal. Shiro here. Timing not on his side.
अरे कल ज्यादा
Trying to
बात
see if
नहीं
he
कर
can
रहा
find
क्योंकि
these
मम्मी
players.
घर पे
No
थी
one's watching the backside. Kelly's timing was just so good for him. Dwindled down to only 22 HP.
हो गया लोग निकाल लिया
That
वो तो कोई
is
नहीं
overwhelming for Boom Esports to deal with. How explosive this team can be.
Yeah, Berserk's just saving the Bulldog here. It's more of a time for them to decide how exactly they're going to approach this
Karan
final
तो 8
round
पॉइंटर निकला
or
भरोसा
final
है
few rounds because Global Esports now have 6
Jerin है,
chances
Jerin.
at the bare minimum to shut
क्या
down
6 पॉइंट है
जेरिन भी
and Boom
जेरिन भी
Esports
लाने
is
पे पड़ रहा है
favoring that factor
तो क्या
मैं भी लास्ट
जेरिन
में पढ़ता
आठ
हूँ
पॉइंटर
more
है
than it was in the
जेरिन आठ
ट्राई
पॉइंटर
का
है
Seems
नहीं
like
Spanish
Patrick's just trying to
को मालूम है क्या करण का
Crystal, but Crystal,
में कोडिंग राउंड
he's,
निकला मालूम है
he's not one to be
हाँ, पता है।
faced by bullets like this.
He's not
सरप्राइजिंग
phased.
He only
मेरे
turns
को वो
if the
सुन के वो
bullet
दिन
makes a
ऐसा
big
हुआ है ना
sound like the op. Classic bullets
अरे
don't
पार्टी ले
do
उसमें
anything to him.
पार्टी ले
वही
Basically,
that
he's
so?
basically invincible.
करण देखो आया फिर कुछ मेल
He's
वगैरह
invincible to classic.
नहीं नहीं
bullets.
अभी तक नहीं
It
आया
needs to be something
Plot
bigger.
armor,
You
huh?
cannot touch Crystal like that.
अपने ETL
Oh,
के पेज पे कोई फॉलो करता है ना फैशन
You know
का
what?
करके कोई
I thought the big guns were
टी-शर्ट
his
डिजाइन
thing.
वगैरह वगैरह
We saw the damage he did on map
करण
1,
का
right?
पेज है ना
Wait,
How
wait,
exactly he
what?
approached this.
Wait.
What?
मैं
The
स्पॉन्सर
big, oh, you mean the Odin? I thought you were the, he takes up the
स्पॉन्सर कर
operator.
बस ETL का टी-शर्ट का डिजाइन बना
No, the big
I
guns.
can already,
वही, वही।
see the chat.
अबे देख
In the whole
देखो, जो
different
करण
अगर
का
यूट्यूब
तो
चैनल
iteration,
इंस्टाग्राम
but
अच्छा
it's
चलने लग
very
गया तो मैं कुछ
easy to
कर
use.
दूंगा बस
अरे बट वो तो ठीक है ना बट जरा
Regardless,
एसेंशियल को देख
Another set play there.
वो
Immediate
अलग
shock
वो
dart
तुक्के से हुआ है वो तुक्के
to
से हुआ
snake
है
bite, and immediately as well they have an orb onto heaven. So
स्किल बोलते उसको स्किल
Boom Esports immediately call red alert.
प्योर तुक्का था वो
But it's gonna be mid area is
तो
where
समझो जरा
he's gonna try to approach this
हमको तो
take
देना
from.
भाई तू एटलीस्ट स्पॉन्सर तो कर ही सकता है तू
तो मैं मना किधर कर रहा हूँ भाई, एक टाइम अच्छा तो होने दे, सब कुछ अच्छा हो जाए फिर दे दूं मैं।
In their tracks now. Global
अब तो
Esports
स्टार्टिंग
is
में ही
going to
मांग
take
रहा
their
है।
slow, sweet time to finish off this game. But Boom are keen on finding information. They're getting desperate to just kind of get some sort of control on this
इसलिए
map.
स्टार्टिंग में मांगते हैं।
And they already actually accessed them. The fact that the Seekers have been deployed. Global Esports hear that, and they're heading into the B A set already. Berserks is here, and he's gonna just have to play
Overdrive already online again. Famous gets Kelly as
हगा
they do
भाई हगा
trade.
ये बेकार हगा
Take
ये
up too much
भाई
space there. Crystal.
पांचों के सामने चला गया वो।
Location already been revealed as so has the other members here.
ये भाई
Poppy
रैंडम
through the
भाई
smoke straight finds Dog9. Zurutan from the
निकाला।
corner.
कोई
Quick
भाई
protocols coming through here from
1v2
GE. As he slashed right by one for
हो गया।
Crystal, shuts him down.
तीसरा मैच
Global
चलो।
Esports
देख
showing
रहा हूँ
us
YouTube पे।
dominant
Finally.
on split.
हाँ चलेगा चलेगा।
आइवन जा रहा है क्या?
हाँ
नहीं
उसका नेट खत्म हो जाएगा।
तो
Incredible stuff.
हाँ तू जा रात में आता है।
Absolutely, indeed.
Fine, fine.
It was incredible.
Bye.
They've done really well to make sure that Boom feel the pressure on their own map pick. Ascent was a lot
अब मैं क्या
closer,
बोलूं
but
उसको?
Split is a statement
पढ़ाई
victory
करने
for
बोल
them
उसको।
to pull
पढ़ाई
their
करने
map
बोल।
right under their
हाँ पढ़ाई
noses.
करने बोल।
And this is gonna head us into Bind, which I'm really excited for now because this is gonna be the first time we see Global Esports on Bind. And
अरे यार
I'm
बहाना
just
सोचना
looking
पड़ेगा
forward to
अभी।
what exactly is going to be their composition, what's the game plan, and
भाई
everything that
आइवन
comes
का
under
आवाज
the sky
मस्त आ
with
रहा
them.
था, आइवन का,
But for
साहिल
now,
का,
Global
दानिश का।
Esports.
मैं यूट्यूब पे सुन रहा हूँ, मस्त आ रहा है एकदम।
I was gonna say, I mean, you finish it 1st. Go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, Boom Esports, I think that a lot of their problems arose from the fact that the team fights that they were first initially taking in that first half was working really well for
भाई
them.
पर इन्होंने
They
अच्छा
were
कमबैक
good
किया
with,
जी वालों ने,
forcing
कुछ भी
Global
बोलो।
Esports to push out on a certain part of the map and then instantly kind of, do a ring
ये
around
ये वाले
behind them and
मैप
take
पे है ना,
the space
इन
under
लोग का ये
their own home
योकाम
turf.
और
And then
केली
they
अच्छा
play
खेला।
around that, and they were able to make sure that Global Esports felt the equilibrium of if you take control of one part of our side, which we usually take, we're going to force you to underperform positions from our end. But then Global Esports flip the switch, and in the entire game, they've only given them
650 का है।
I think one round after they put up, I think 7-8 in a
हाँ
row.
तो
I'm
मैं
not
बोला
sure.
ना 650 का है, 25 का फर्स्ट शॉट है और तेरा बाकी का हेल्थ कुछ
Okay, I was gonna
50 के आसपास
say,
है, 40 के आसपास
Uni,
होता है।
what was interesting for the fact of this match is like a complete mirror score from yesterday, 13-5 against RA,
Yeah.
and 13-5 here today as well. And I think it's really amazing seeing how exactly they approach this map. I think Split is a very tricky map to play. There's a lot of heavy, I would say, control through mid area here, and I think they played it to perfection, understanding how exactly to take this mid area. They're very patient in how they want to do things. And they are patient. They have players such as Patrick.
तो भी आइवन आ रहा है तो कॉम
just
करेगा भाई
keeps
इनका।
forward, takes up space. Yes, he falls, but his teammates are
अरे
there
अभी
to
double
screen
duelist
as well,
करेगी।
so it can be very overwhelming dealing with players who are playing, agents as quick as this Neon.
Absolutely. And I believe that they're going to be continuing that trend unless, of course, Patrick picks up the raise on the next
अरे उसका सबसे बेस्ट चीज क्या हुआ पता है? स्लो ऑर्ब। अभी तो अगर रेज और जेट रहेगा ना तो उसका स्लो ऑर्ब को डॉज नहीं कर सकता।
Seen this team particularly to pick up different comps. Who plays a Sova Neon?
मतलब सैचल मार के जा नहीं सकते, स्लो हो जाएगा।
दूर नहीं जा सकता, तू स्लो हो जाएगा।
Tangent that they follow, and they love being that different.
नॉर्मली पहले क्या रहता था, उसे डैश मार के ऊपर से निकल सकता था स्लो ऑर्ब के, अभी नहीं होएगा।
अभी नहीं कर सकता, अभी तेरा डिस्टेंस शॉर्ट हो गया।
Are they going to swap players here? Is Lilo gonna come in? Because he did play the bind really convincing the last time.
Looks like.
Or is Famazine gonna continue with that race? Because Famazine didn't really have that great of a split right now.
I mean, to be fair, I believe that for Boom Esports, Lilo was only there as a stand-in for Predator League. I don't think he's part of the, of the initial roster here. So, he was there just to really kind of mandate the situation for him. Regardless, they still played very well, going 13-10 against La Familia. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to play the same
अरे लास्ट टाइम इन लोग के रोस्टर में एक अफगानी प्लेयर था, 2 इंडियन प्लेयर थे और 2 फिलीपींस प्लेयर थे, आई गेस।
I believe, at least At least I think so, because the last time they played was so recent. It was like 9th November. So I'm not sure if they really had enough time to really truly change how they play. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, though. But you know, why break what's not broken? I mean, with Bind, you know, we've seen
Texture अभी Telcon में गया ना?
struggle on Bind, but at the same time, the amount of firepower Famous brings onto
कोई
that
तो
map
उनका प्लेयर Telcon में चला गया, I guess.
with the Rays is
मैं उन
also
लोग का
something to be
वो ये दिख रहा था Red Bull वाला.
on
I
how
guess
he plays
texture
it to
गया है
Ascension.
Telcon
Regardless, guys,
नहीं,
we're gonna go for
नहीं,
a quick
texture
break.
नहीं है.
After this, we're gonna be seeing the third map between
दूसरा-
Global
दूसरा player
Esports
है.
and Global
दूसरा इंसान
Esports.
कौन था?
Do not go anywhere
वो
because
छोटा
it's not
कौन था?
something you wanna miss.
अरे उनमें था ना एक बंदा जो हाइट में छोटा था और
कौन
वो
करण
फुल
क्या?
फुल कोरियन में बोलता था, जेंजी वाला प्लेयर.
भाई कोरियन टीम ही है जनजी.
अरे मतलब वो हाइट में भी छोटा था और पूरे पतला भी है. वही
वो
था बोल रहा.
T1 में गया है भाई, वो T1 में गया. मेट्रॉइड बोल रहा है तू.
हाँ,
Meteor है वो,
वही
हाँ.
था जो गया.
वो T1 में गया, टैलेंट में नहीं गया.
वो ट्रेस ई स्पोर्ट्स है ना, T1.
हाँ, लास्ट ईयर भी गया है. क्या?
T1 ट्रेस ई स्पोर्ट्स है ना.
नहीं, ट्रेस इसको तो चाइनीज वाला है.
ये
T1
T1 वाला कौन सा है?
एशियन है, साउथ एशियन.
पूरा नाम क्या है?
वो पूरा नाम नहीं वाला, T1 ही है उनका. सब
को इतना पता है कि एक स्पेस ई स्पोर्ट्स है, एक टैलकॉन ई स्पोर्ट्स है,
ट्रेस इसको चाइनीज वाला है.
वो मेरे को इतना पता है एक चाइनीज है और एक कोरियन है.
T1 भी कोरियन ही है.
मेरे को लग रहा है टैलकॉन ही वो T1 है.
नहीं, टैलेकॉन अलग है, दो टीम है. टैलेकॉन
ऐसा है
बोलते
क्या?
टैलेंट बोलते हैं. टैलेंट
वो टैलकॉन लगता है. उस पहले टैलेंट बोलते हो लोग.
TALON है भाई, टैलेंट. तो जी कहाँ से हायर कर रहा है? जी भी नहीं कर रहा है.
करण पढ़ाई थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया क्या?
पिंग हाई हो गया.
हाँ. सस्ता खरीदो लंबा चलो. अरे
Yes, वही.
तो मैं भी जी वाले हूँ ना भाई.
बाइंड का पिक देखना अभी नहीं.
मगर कोच भाई लेव का कोच है जी के पास. सही है.
लेविटन का.
हाँ, जो चैंपियंस में टॉप 3 में आए उनका कोच है भाई. सही है.
इसके लिए प्लेयर्स लगता है उसने अपने हिसाब से ले लिए.
देखो ना, सब टीयर 2 के प्लेयर है लोग. टीयर 1 में कोई नहीं खेला है. और ये बोला ना योकम, वो तो 6 महीने पहले ही चालू किया वैलोरेंट. फुल रॉ है भाई एम.
ये अपना पर ये बर्लिन वाले का अब तक प्लेऑफ हुआ नहीं है ना.
भाई सीजन चालू ही नहीं हुआ,
Qualifiers.
जनवरी में चालू हो रहा है.
नहीं, क्वालिफायर्स बोल रहा हूँ जो
क्वालीफाई सब हो गया है.
तो रात में होता है ना वो show?
अरे वो एक
हाँ,
अलग अलग होता है. किधर होता है? कभी साउथ कोरिया में होएगा, अमेरिका में रहता है. बहुत टाइम का अलग रहता है सीन.
नहीं, लास्ट टाइम किधर हुआ था?
लास्ट
चैंपियंस बोल रहे तू?
ये सियोल ब्राजील में हुआ था क्या?
नहीं, ब्राजील में ना हुआ था
भाई
तो? कोरिया था क्या?
साउथ कोरिया है भाई.
और
कैपिटल है
साउथ
उसका.
कोरिया.
ओके, हाँ, मेरे को नहीं पता. मेरे को नहीं पता.
अभी क्या बर्लिन है ना चैंपियंस में शायद.
हाँ, अभी बर्लिन है जनवरी वाला.
तो भाई हाँ, तो मिडनाइट ही होएगा अपने इधर तो शायद.
कुछ 12 बजे के बाद चालू होगा ना.
हाँ शायद. टाइमिंग का
भाई
मालूम
तो
नहीं.
अकेले कर ले भाई. अच्छा खासा कंटेंट में.
भाई मेरा मैच तो मैच 0 है बस. मैं क्या नहीं कर सकता.
नहीं नहीं, उसके पहले हो जाएगा, 1-2 मैच हो जाएगा तेरा।
कल मैं इंस्टाग्राम पे तेरा 3 बजे का भी रील आता हाँ तो जिस दिन
लाइव
stream रहेगा
एक्सपोज
तब तक
करना
कर
भाई,
ले।
लाइव में एक्सपोज करता है भाई लाने को।
अरे हाँ सॉरी
संभाल के
अरे
भाई।
अपडेट करके लगा है।
करण मेरे तो ठीक है, मेरे तू बच के रहे।
तू क्या हुआ? मैं कॉल पे था, क्या हुआ? अबे बोलो हुआ क्या?
नहीं अभी उसको कोई रिमाइंडर नहीं देगा बस। रानी किसी मौका
स्ट्रीम देख। बाइंड में अब तक खेला नहीं ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स, देखते क्या काम करेगा।
हाँ अरे भाई इसकी जो भाई बाइक आज होना चाहिए, देखने मजा आएगा।
वही मेरे को भी देखना है।
अच्छा अच्छा ही होने वाला है मैच।
ब्रेक है,
अच्छा
4
मैच
मिनट।
होगा।
आज करण को थोड़ा बहुत ट्रिक्स मिल जाएगा।
वही देख रहा है करण।
रानी से
करण
कुछ टिप्पणी?
करण देख, आज के मैच के बाद बाइंड के इसका ट्रिक्स यूज करके तेरे से किल नहीं निकला ना, फिर तुझे हम निकाल देंगे।
भाई कोच धमकी देगा तो बात ठीक है।
कोच भाई बेंच नहीं होना है ना।
को शायद लाइव चैट में धमकी दे रहा है, देगा देख ले पर।
बट करण तो कॉलेज में किसका टीम ज्वाइन किया? अगर तेरे को चल चल ठीक है समझ इंग्लिश में ब्रेक यार से कॉलेज में ब्रेक किसका टीम ज्वाइन करेगा? करण सवाल आपसे किया जा रहा है।
अरे भाई
ये बंद हो गया था, वापस पूछ।
मैं बोला अगर तू इनकेस से कभी अगर समझ कोच ने तेरे को ब्रेक दे दिया 1 महीने का पीटीआर से, तो किसका टीम ज्वाइन करेगा?
भाई अगर एक महीने का ब्रेक मिल गया तो लग जाएगा।
बट देखो वो नहीं पूछ रहा कि किसका टीम ज्वाइन करेगा कॉलेज में, तो वो जानना है।
अभी टीम ही नहीं है कॉलेजेस में प्रीमियर की।
है रे, टीम है।
ये टीम है 5 स्टैक बहुत लोग खेलते हैं भाई।
कौन खेलता है? 5 स्टैक बहुत लोग खेलते हैं, वो मुझे पता है। प्रीमियर पे बहुत कम लोग खेलते हैं। मतलब आज का मैच मेरे लिए डिसाइडर मैच है ना?
सबके लिए है भाई।
सबके लिए नहीं नहीं नहीं, जिसका तौसीफ के साथ भी जो रिकॉर्ड ओवरव्यू है ना उसके लिए भी है।
दानिश, आज तो मेरे को लग रहा है अपना वैलोरेंट ट्रैकर का रिकॉर्ड ऊपर पहुंच जाएगा।
क्या बात कर रहे?
लग रहा है मेरे को।
यार ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी दोनों पिक्चर को धमकी मिला है, आज ये लोग मेरे को बचाने वाले हैं।
मेरे को लग रहा है आज ना अपने को करना ही पड़ेगा अपना ट्रैकर ऊपर। वैलोरेंट
करना पड़ेगा
तो बहुत कर लिया।
कितना कर लिया कॉम्पी में बता?
हाँ
कॉम्पी में कितना किया बता?
मेरा कॉम्पी में अच्छा खासा 476 के ऊपर लास्ट सीजन था। ये सीजन 300 के ऊपर है।
300 के आसपास ही है। मेरा शायद 250 रहेगा। हाँ कॉम्पी का अलग रहता है।
अरे तुम लोग का तो 900 के ऊपर है भाई तुम। ये मेरा लास्ट मैच कितने किल्स हुए थे? 13 14 या 15 किल्स हुआ था।
हमारे 828
I1 का कितना है देखना।
I1 का प्राइवेट है, नहीं दिखे, प्राइवेट अकाउंट नहीं दिखा।
अरे यार उसको वो लॉगिन करके रख दो।
ये
वो चैट में पूछ रहा
निकाल और I1 को इनवाइट भेज। अल्फ्रेड का
अकाउंट निकाला है।
हाँ तो इनवाइट भेज। नहीं
I1 है ना? नहीं है।
नहीं है।
अरे हाँ टॉसिफ को आने के लिए उसको निकाला था। हाँ याद आया। हाँ रोहन वाला की भी है।
अरे रोहन वाला रहने दे, क्योंकि इसका ये दोस्त आता है ना, क्या नाम उसका, रोशिद चोबित, तो वो बंदे के लिए रोहन वाला आईडी रखना पड़ेगा।
वो नहीं आ रहा है आज।
Welcome back, everyone. This is Global Esports
Further matches, bro.
Face-Off.
Further
And this is a
matches.
very
जब
interesting
I1 और
one
तौसिफ
coming
नहीं
through here
रहेंगे।
from these two tier 1 teams before going in and showcasing what they've got in terms of roster, what they have in Pacific coming in next, coming in the future. They are already showing it here. Both teams showing displays of excellence, and now we are seeing a 1-1.
डिसाइडिंग है।
Yeah, absolutely. We're heading into
अरे वो चल रहे हैं मेरे ग्रुप YouTube के चैट में वही चल रहा है I1 के साथ।
apart from Pearl as well. So I'm looking
डाल दे
forward to
दो
what they
बीच
can
से।
bring on the table here. Is it going to
बंदा
be
गलत चैट में
single
क्यों
duels
बैठा
once
है
again?
भाई? अपन
Neon,
भी
are
नहीं
we
पढ़
going to see a
पाते।
Raze on play?
वो YouTube के चैट में
Or
बैठा
are
है
they going to
लाइव
throw
स्ट्रीम
in
पे
another new
अपना।
agent on this comp? I'm going to be
लास्ट प्रीमियर मैच अच्छा गया था, जिसमें मैं 14 किल निकाला, 14 for 14।
How they're going to go in forward, but of course we will be having the big man, the main man himself, telling us a little bit about what we can expect from this map. Juby's going to be coming on in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Tash, Bind was just recently played for Boom Esports, and they played a pretty simple comp there once again. You know, they had the single duelist Raze, they had a Sky and Brim, Viper and Cypher. But what do you think Global Esports will play?
You know what? Let's ask the coach himself, Juvenile. He's here already. Now, coming into, I mean, when you talk about these things about Juvenile, right? I think that what's really impressive about him has been, like, I think his track record on Leviathan as well, and I'm glad to see him bring his expertise here to Global Esports themselves. Now, Juvenile, you had an incredible split. Can you walk me through what makes you guys so confident on that map?
Yeah, I mean they picked it, but yeah, just we've had really good practices on that map with that comp. It works really well for us. We have a pretty good understanding of how to be proactive, when to be proactive, and yeah, it's definitely something that I think we'll be good at that map to go forward.
Endgame map के लिए.
Well, Bind has been a map that you've
मोस्टली तो साइफर ही रहेगा रे. ये तो और क्या खेला? वाइस खेल सकते.
problem with it coming in the map veto as well. So what can we
सेंटी से हट के कुछ खेलना है तो तू बोल.
Esports on Bind?
A cook, but let's see if it's burnt or tastes good. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
All right.
You know what? I like that answer. Okay, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen VODs, right? I'm sure you guys are prepared for Boom Esports, especially since they have VODs very, very recently from Predator League Indonesia coming into that game. But granted, the fact it was played with Lilo instead of Famous, do you think
कोच ने बोला है ना डिसाइडिंग मैच है. कोच कौन है अपना?
Boom Esports with Famous?
No, it's they're very similar duelists. They play similarly. It's a pretty.
Sorry, I1
I think that's why they
अबे कोच तभी डिसाइड हुआ था क्या?
we played against Famous and Lilo in sports.
कभी I1 बोलता है करण है, कभी करण बोलता है कोई और है.
They're playing the Jin Jin
हम
comp,
बोलते हैं
right?
करण.
Cypher, so it should be interesting, and it's interesting to see how our comp's going to do against it.
ठीक है, वो तो बात है. I1 कोच है.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what you guys have been coming up with. I'm not sure if it's the same thing that I remember what I saw earlier on, but if it is the same thing, I'm really,
वो है.
grateful to see that. But yeah, I do want to ask you, Ascent, of course, was a map that you picked. You didn't go your way. Split, they picked it.
ये तो मेरे को सीधा ओनर बना रहा है ETR का.
And now on Bind, do you feel like you're going to
हाँ ठीक है, फिर खर्चा हमारे तू ही उठाएगा. करण मेरे को 5,000 चाहिए.
ये कहाँ से बीच में आ गया?
instead of Haven.
मैं करण को ओनर बनाया ना,
They've got an
पैसा निकाल,
भाई
मेरा सैलरी दे, हाँ मेरा सैलरी दे।
No, definitely confidence. That's sort of
वही
the
ना,
point. You always want to play with confidence. You always want
मैं
to be
सिल्वर पे
the
आया,
more
मेरे को
aggressive
बोनस
team.
चाहिए।
You always want to be the aggressor, not the one getting pushed on. So yeah, we'll still be playing with confidence. And I think if we can start out the map strong,
ये भाई वायर
still
कर
maybe win a
आके
bonus,
नहीं लेगा
then
मैं,
I think
चल।
the momentum could be a thing for
बाद में
sure.
पता चला दुकान में
So it's
आके
really going to come
चारों
down to these
बड़े
first
अंडे
couple
दिए।
rounds whether the momentum carries or it doesn't. Right? So I guess we'll see.
So, can you give me a number from 1 to 10 about how confident you are about
पता
winning
चला
your
एक अमूल
mind?
को 4 अंडे में निपटा दिया बंदे ने।
I'll give it a good 9. Fuck it, a good 9.
A 9. Okay, I like that.
I'm always confident though. I'm always confident though, you know.
Alright, we love a confident man. Thank you so much, Juvenile, for that interview. Good luck for that next map, and I'm really excited to see, you know, what you can cook in that map as well. I mean, Universe, what do you think? I mean, before that, thank you so much, Juvenile.
Bye bye guys. GE winning.
GE winning, love it. Okay, now coming into this one, Juvenile, he gave a solid 9. And then just now we talked to someone and they said they have a bad feeling about today. Do you believe the coach's intuition or do you believe the viewer's intuition?
I believe the coach right now, because we're heading into a map with you know, a pretty interesting history for Global Esports, right? So, of course, we're gonna be expecting single. I was gonna say single controller. Damn. Okay. Sorry for giving you trauma, guys. I hope we're gonna see double controller, if at all anything.
Okay.
No more single controller Viper. We're past. My God, look at DOS9. Damn, he looks so. Yo, he
I
looks
was gonna
scary,
say this is the coolest intro picture ever.
Yeah. Shout out to our Global Esports. You know,
मैंने अभी इन लोग का एक किया, I guess G का होना चाहिए.
Team, the graphic designers, everybody, amazing work.
I was gonna
And yes,
say you
it is. Wise is here. Let's go.
Wise?
I'm so excited. Let's go. The
Wise
Wise with the neon glow fade.
चल फिर आज मैं भी वाइस करता हूँ।
Yes, this is what I was hoping for. Let's go.
जी जीता तो मैं आज वाइस लेगा।
भाई
जी
नियॉन
जीता तो मैं साइफर लेगा।
Having to see Wise.
भाई किधर कोच किधर
I mean, we don't see Vice played enough, right? So I am completely with you here.
नहीं
कोच चैट में ही है भाई, ड्रीम भी है भाई सामने।
सुनना, जो जीता उसका सेंटिनल लूंगा मैच।
पॉइंट टू बी नोटेड।
I really love Wise.
ये नहीं, ये वाला नया रोस्टर पॉइंट का किसने निकाला था पता है क्या? ये पैसिफिक वाला हो रहा था ना प्लेऑफ्स, तब निकाला था ये क्वालिफायर्स बर्लिन के लिए.
To not just isolate fights, but the fact that if let's say you put it on B long, right? You're playing on defense, you put it on B long, you're gonna instantly have to.
बट इसमें मैं नियॉन को पहली बार देख रहा हूँ. नियॉन नहीं था शायद से तभी जब मैं
मेरे को लग रहा नियॉन है, मगर क्लो और ब्रिम दोनों.
हाँ, क्लो और ब्रिम में देखा, क्लो और ब्रिम में देख चुका क्वालिफायर्स में, पैसिफिक वाले में. हाँ, नियॉन एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया, मैं एक्सपेक्ट क्या रेज रहेगा.
I'm just excited to see how Kellyus is going to put this into play and how it's going to work.
अच्छा गेम प्ले होना चाहिए फिर तो बहुत. नियॉन है तो.
Yeah, they are playing an aggressive stance, but they've instantly gone back. They just took a bit of an extra step. They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe you can just hold off for a second. Crystal does have a sheriff in his hand. Oh, and once crawled through. It might be not good for him because the stun's there.
Oh, that's perfect, actually. Crystal taking advantage of the distraction set up by his teammate here. Boom Esports, they're quick to answer back. But the crunch coming in from the member of Global Esports is incredible. Coming
nice
in
right
from both
kick.
showers and main as well. Look at this. All Patrick Who did was just become that annoying fly that their crosshair has to deal with, leaving Crystal to pop heads in the back line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach का reply.
He was just ready for it. Did happen.
Last match होने
They're
वाला
lucky
है.
the fact that Boom Esports didn't really kind of just shoot their heads while they were standing on short. And now they've instantly changed up the setup. Kelly S has taken his entire cavalry to that A site, whereas Boom Esports, they're running onto B, Hookah, and all 5 of them are gonna burst into Crystal's face.
They have their free.
Crystal. Barely survives with his life, and Xyz actually gets 3 as well. No follow-up, just enough to buy time. Oh no, Patrick.
Oh bye.
Playing that corner to perfection, but Boom Esports, they still break onto the side. Aggressive as ever here. Only good for 1 though. There's Patrick Hu down. All eyes on sight. Corners smoked off main already here. Now, it's just about waiting off that utility. DOS9 has 1 quarter watched, and Kelly S has to watch close, has to worry about container as well. But immediately that haunt will be broken. Kelly S comes onto the side as well. Crystal
Jaren एकदम cocky messages लेके आया.
DOS9 with that classic, a right click straight to Kelly S's face. Now Poppy here on the top side, and Crystal is the one to get 2, 3 to his lead, but still a costly round for Global Esports.
Yeah, once again, Global Esports just a little bit uncomfortable with these eco rounds, it seems. They're just not able to keep their own with multiple numbers standing. It is another scrappy win. It's something that they need to kind of fix. And I feel like with them expecting how this entire round, the entire scenario of them playing eco rounds goes, they need to try and play a little more together instead of spread out the way they did in the previous round.
Wow, Global Esports already just rushing up forward there. A lot of attention to the alt orbs actually. They're just trying to deny that, and even then, Crystal has managed to get the Nightfall already.
Yeah. They do have the arc rose towards long if they want to fight it. I'm not sure if it's been spotted, but a great shot from Yudotan. And they've instantly lost a player. Throws in the Razor Wine to keep things close, but Yudo's going for the fight.
Oh, that's aggression. 5 HP timing. Unfortunately, NC Slasher was ready for him here. Kelly S, he's put in his thorns already onto long as well. Gonna open it just to deny that space onto Boom Esports.
ये IGL कौन है? ये करण क्या मैसेज डाल रहा है? CGS का है.
Kelly still jump peeking that he's still got the arc rose to fight here. But
अरे आज का इन गेम IGL लानिश रहेगा ना?
The flash I don't think is going to help him too much.
जो लोग deciding पे वो लोग ही IGL हैं.
Too far up close to be affected by that.
ये भाई.
Arc Rose is going to be affected. He will get information that there's players here. As the rest of Boom actually run in towards the A side, and it's a teleport play. Crystal finds the first kill.
There's Nightfall.
Obviously, by
down already. Gonna tag 2 or 3 players. Not too sure. Haunt destroyed already. There's still enough space.
कुछ भी चलेगा.
It's gonna be DOS9 to fight.
तो साथ लेके मारे.
Bringing the damage. Movement is just so good. Poppy straight finds Shiro, and now it's Kelly.
ऐसा तो मैं smoke खेल रहा हूँ भाई.
But he cannot hold on. Boom Esports, they get the round. 2 players still alive. That means 2 rifles to bring to next round.
नहीं last time तो
yeah, good damage from Global Esports in this round. Boom Esports can consider this a good victory, even though survived by just 2 players. They, got Crystal's Nightfall off pretty early on, and they've built up
अरे वो तो कोच के लिए वोटिंग किया था ना अपन ने. IGL के लिए भी किया था.
भाई आज तेरा सच में पिंग
IGL के लिए किया था.
On that clove, he's allowed to play a lot more aggressive, and he loves that aggressive positions for himself because he was, of course, and has the blood of a
पता चला करण का पिंग आई है. सामने वाली टीम में सोवा नहीं है, तो भी करण बोलेगा भाई सोवा दिख रहा नहीं है.
अरे मेरे को तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई अपनी टीम में चल क्या रहा है. सबको क्या स्मोक्स खेलना है भाई.
इसलिए तो बोलता तेरा पिंग हाई रहता है. कुछ नहीं समझता तेरे को.
तो भी मैचेस में मैं तेरे ऊपर रहता हूँ यार.
किधर
very patient with these pickups.
मैचेस में तेरे ऊपर रह के हम भी थक जाते हैं कभी-कभी.
Oh bye.
He's up and close personal. He's going to have the first contact here. But the problem is going to be that shower
friendly fire
in any second. Shiro just holding on to see if Global Esports.
वही मैं भी सोच रहा हूँ भाई. इसके गलत इशारे.
It's going to fall finally, but look at Boom Esports. The trades are just too good here. The same could be said about Global. Urutan went his name already. Gets a refresher. Smokes. Deny him vision. Right click forward. Spots out that camera. Finally gonna remove that dart.
सबसे पहला अगर मतलब होगा ना किसका send off होगा लानिश का होगा.
चल going up here on the site, but positions of Boom Esports is kind of hard to deal with. U-Hall's Heaven. Spot already. No one's actually peeking.
तेरे को क्या खेलना है करण आज?
He smoked out.
अबे
आइवन पूछ
मैं तो
रहा है।
स्मोक्स ही बोला था, मेरे को तो स्काई भी चलेगा, स्मोक्स भी चल
In
जाएगा।
the day, decides it's not worth it. Let's call a
आइवन
save
तू
here
बोल
for now.
क्या करना है?
Yeah.
ये कुछ भी खेलने का बोल रहा
To make the save
है।
as
अगर
well.
फ्रैक्स नहीं
Didn't
निकला
have to
तेरे
give up
ऊपर है
anything.
सब।
Has an ultimate. He can
अरे
use that
स्काई
weapon
मैं
to
स्काई
start the
खेला
next
है ना,
round and be
पूछ
kind
ले
of the
जरा
hero
उसको।
player for the next. He's got good amount of shields as well. Doesn't even need to reinvest into shields. 32 is more than enough for him because he can drop to a teammate with the money that he's going to be able to, you know, suffice for this round. Just want to have a look at the scoreboard as we will be able to see. Yep, there it is. And yeah, he's got money to probably drop in a Spectre if at all Global Esports decide to, you know, force him to play a little bit more aggressive. Maybe give a little bit of support system, but doesn't seem the case. One thing I think is going to work is probably getting Patrick that orb on towards showers. I think that's the game plan right now.
तो क्या सिंगल स्मोक्स क्या ऐसा करना है?
क्यों नहीं देगा भाई?
अरे मैं सोच रहा हूँ अगर आइवन क्लो खेल रहा है तो मैं वाइपर खेलता हूँ, तो एक सेंटिनल रखते, बात खत्म।
Smokes as well, just to deny that B long area as well. But Udo-chan,
भाई ये
he's gonna
करण
be
अपना
trying to go
सोच
on
रहा
an
है,
adventure
अपना
here
सोच रहा है,
onto
साला मैं जेरिन
Sam.
क्या खेलेंगे वो किसको पड़ी ही
Gonna
नहीं
fight
है।
nothing here. Berserks has been doing quite a good
भाई मेरे को चलेगा,
जो भी
मैं कुछ भी
खेलते हो
खेल
अच्छा
लूंगा।
खेलते हो।
catch anyone in that mid rotation.
मेरे को कुछ भी चलेगा भाई, कुछ भी दे दो।
ये देख,
हम
ये
खेल
खुद
लेंगे
बोला
भाई।
कुछ भी चलेगा।
Back towards long. The Arcros is there to support them for a fight. Nate comes in. The flash is not going to attack anybody. And the
मेरे पास
fight
जूलिस
goes
खेल खेल के पक गया बस, और कुछ नहीं है, तो कुछ भी चलेगा।
मेरे को भी वही सीन हो गया भाई, कितना खेला भाई
वही
हर मैच में।
playing this really smart. They
मेरे
don't
को भी
want to
वही
give
है भाई।
Yudotan anything. That's their whole point. They don't want to give Yudotan anything. They don't want to give Patrick anything because they know these ultimates could potentially
भाई
make
कोच ने टांग
moves
दे
around.
दिया।
And now Poppy
वो तो मैं नहीं
is
खेला, तुम
very
खेलो।
up and close personal in the smoke. And he's going down.
I'll find you.
The hunt up, gonna quickly
नहीं,
be
आइवन तो
destroyed
खेल,
as.
मतलब-
Gonna be
हाँ हाँ खेल भाई तू।
inside.
अरे मैं तो सिर्फ ऐसे ही रोस्टर बोल रहा हूँ, थोड़ी वो वही होने वाला है जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ।
Not dead yet.
जरूरी
वो
थोड़ी।
सही नहीं बोल रहा
Corner here,
है,
gonna
कोच
come
खुद
back
अपने आँख
alive.
से देखेगा ना सबका परफॉर्मेंस, इसके लिए।
Also just blind sprays into the smokes, but here comes
Bye.
overdrive shut down so quickly by Shiro.
देख भाई फेयरवेल कर रहे हो तो मेरे को फेयरवेल गिफ्ट भी चाहिए।
Disgusting to see actually.
भाई इसको फेयरवेल गिफ्ट चाहिए।
Positioning of anti-slash here, playing together.
तो क्या भाई, फाइट करना छोड़ के लानिस देख।
Gonna get one round ahead of Global Esports.
नहीं बाकी का बाद में देख लेंगे। जो
Issue here for
अरे,
Global Esports.
ओ भाई।
The fact that they just let showers go for
आज
free.
लानी
Denying that control, knowing that Patrick could get this.
अरे यार वो भी कर लिया भाई, नहीं होता अपने से।
He did enough to create the space for his team. He did enough for Yudotan to activate his not dead yet and make sure that his absolute
भाई मैं
chaos
तो खुद
came
किधर
into
किधर
control
शिफ्ट हुआ,
with the rest of the team
सेंटिनल,
playing around him.
स्मोक,
Like I said,
इनिशिएटिंग
Ultimate
भी कर ली है, अब और क्या करूँ मैं? डुएलिस्ट ही बाकी है
They played
सिर्फ।
it perfectly.
भाई तुम्हारे
It
इसमें से भी
doesn't
नहीं
matter
आता।
how Patrick died or what Patrick did. It's about how Yudotan utilized the space that was created by the overdrive, and he did it really well.
कोई नहीं, चल ठीक है,
Nice on
कोच ने बोल
showers
दिया
this time.
करण और लानिस जूलिस खेलेंगे बस,
And
बाकी
again,
हम लोग
I'm
तीनों कुछ भी
liking
खेल लेंगे।
it is initiated by Global Esports to just really
करण
feed
कौन सा
those
खेलेगा? रेस
orbs
खेलेगा,
forward
जेट
to the
खेलेगा,
teammates just to really
रहना
make these
खेलेगा।
big punch ultimates happen. But this time around, Boom Esports is the one to completely take over showers this early.
Launching smoke.
Yeah.
करण देगा डुएलिस्ट लेगा, तो आज किसके ऊपर खेलने का सोचा?
Deny any form of orb control.
भाई ये तो सीधा गेम शिफ्ट करने को बोल रहा है मेरे को।
And gotten the orb
लाइंस तो सिर्फ
for free
टीम
now.
से बाहर हो रहा है, मैं तो सिर्फ गेम ही शिफ्ट
Right
करूँ।
now on the A side, Patrick's been called to rotate over here. They've got the Razor
New
wants to
career.
clear off any close corners. to
अरे तो
Razor
कैंडी क्रश
and close A
कैंडी
side.
क्रश खेल रहा है सिंगल प्लेयर।
भाई वो भी अच्छी तरह नहीं आता है।
Ball is still
अरे भाई
Thorns almost trying to
क्या आता है फिर तेरे को?
right now. Poppy from the smokes, but Boom Esports, you're famous, just completely pushing.
तेरे को है ना सुपर मार्केट मैनेजर करके गेम आता है, जैसे तेरा दुकान चलाने का रहता है, वो भी अच्छा गेम।
Gonna find one on benches. He's not done quite yet. Immediately rushes away, hides in the corner, but Famous is out for blood. Hell yes also falls to him. And from
हाँ ये
heaven,
ऑनलाइन गेम आता
you
है,
have
ग्रोसरी
Crystal
वगैरह।
just trying to put in pressure.
हाँ वो वाला भी
Doing a
चल रहा
good
है।
job of staying alive here.
Single
Famous
player है
from
भाई,
Crystal.
तू
The rest
level
falling
beat
down,
कर सकता
and Crystal finally wall bangs him to death. Udotan
रोज कितना सामान दुकान से बाहर जाता है, कितना आता है, वो सब कर सकते हैं।
damage, and in fact, a shot to the face by Shiro. He's flashed already. Crystal inside, all alone here. Swaps the
अभी
gun.
मैं मजाक कर रहा हूँ तो ये सीरियस ले लिया मैं इसने तो।
Any value from it. time is clearly not on his
तेरी
side,
मम्मी भी
and
pro है
he
कैंडी क्रश में तेरे
eventually
से
concedes.
अबे मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था, कुछ ज्यादा ही सीरियस हो गया ये तो कैंडी क्रश पे.
Here could not get enough value. Famazine doing God's work over there with that ultimate, especially taking out Kelly S, because I think he was getting ready to deploy the Steel Garden so that they could just run into the Viper Spit and take fights as they needed, right? And that ultimate came in clutch at the right time.
मैं गेम छोड़
sure
दूंगा और अपने
that the
बिजनेस पे
Wise
फोकस
just could
करूंगा
not
फिर तो.
deploy her ultimate. Otherwise, it would have been really difficult to fight in that
बिजनेस
Viper
में क्या
Spit.
करेगा?
Honestly, it's just so surprising how they just really just walk through.
कुछ भी हो सकता है रे, मेरा ऐसा कुछ फिक्स नहीं है पहले से.
दलाल बनना है तेरे को.
मैं ब्रोकर भी बन सकता हूँ, वो भी उसमें ही मैं अच्छा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं हूँ.
अच्छा वो रियल एस्टेट वाला ब्रोकर.
मैं तो अच्छा हूँ उसमें.
वो ये वन रूम किचन ये देने के लिए तैयार है वो.
अबे चैट देखो.
बनिया वाला गेम.
भाई कंसंट्रेट करो मैच पे, अब बहुत हो गया.
भाई देख नहीं रहे मैच.
खत्म बन रहा है इसके लिए तू बोल रहा है भाई. हमको
covering his tracks. But until that happens, Global Esports are gonna attack the A side with full force.
They can't plant default either. It's planted behind the truck. Famous spotted out by Poppy, but here comes the Steel Garden as well. Urotan shot to the head. Doesn't really matter whether or not they have the guns here. Yeah, Patrick Drew, Patrick Drew with 3 kills to his name already. Famous stuck onto heaven all alone. And Global Esports, they make this round a quick one.
अभी क्लोज ही है. 4-3 हुआ अभी.
Wow, that was quite the round, man. How quickly they ran in through to their squad. One of them was stunned, and of course he jumps up and finds the other. Absolutely amazing stuff here, Patrick. Just making up for the 2 rounds that he tried to do some stuff.
वो आइवन को ही बोल रहा है भाई.
He's gonna be really happy with that.
अरे सब वेस्ट है साहिल, इस पे छोड़ दे यार. सब वेस्ट.
पता चल जाएगा डिसाइडर मैच है. पता चल जाएगा मैं वेस्ट हूँ या फिर कौन वेस्ट है.
उसको तो टीम से निकाला जाएगा, तेरे को तो गेम शिफ्ट करने बोला है.
हाँ मैं पहले तो खेल पाएगा.
देख लेंगे.
मैं पहले तो खेल सकता.
देख लेंगे. मैं लास्ट टाइम भी बोला देख लेगा और मैं 14 किल किया था इज्जत में. अभी ये बोल रहा देख लेंगे तो समझ जाना.
Little off angle as well. He's gonna completely pop Berserk's head here. Pink shell secure backside.
देखो भाई इसको ड्यूलिस्ट दिया तुम लोगों ने, संभल के रहो. तुम्हारे पे नेड आ सकता है. ये तो किल करने के लिए बस खड़ा है. मैं पहले बोलता हूँ ये किल करने के लिए खड़ा है, किसका भी हो सकता है. अरे ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है रे साहिल. वो वीसीटी में हुआ था एक बार, वो ऊपर जंप मारा, किसी ने अल्ट किया उधर ही, वापस सेटल करके नीचे गया था. हाँ इसी बाइंड पे गया था. मस्त हो.
He gets the first and he's have to go down there. He did good job of at least getting one, but Global Esports stabilize instantly and don't lose more than a single player. It was an eco, of course, for Boom Esports, so not too much lost here, but not too much gained either. Now, we're looking at Global Esports to try and maybe be their aggressive self once again. Can put the aggression into more play, pressure Boom Esports as much as they can, make them feel uncomfortable as they did in the first round. But it seems unlikely by their setup at the moment. They do have Yokum playing on A, and
मेरे साथ तो साहिल के फैन फॉलोइंग है भाई.
on the opposite end,
वो
we'll have the
ऐश आना फिर वो परसों ग्लोव भी दी.
भाई आइवन बहुत अनलकी है. जब भी अपने गेम में लड़के आते हैं ना भाई.
हाँ ना ये आइवन सुन रहा है ना, उसको भी बोलना चाहिए भाई. बंदिया सब साहिल के पीछे आती है, मैं बोलता हूँ ना सब साहिल के पीछे.
भाई गेम में ठीक है, रियल लाइफ में नहीं.
ठीक है ना, मिल तो रही है. भाई तूने कभी जेरिन का नहीं देखा है? मैं और जेरिन एक बार क्या कर रहे थे, डुओ कर रहे थे, तो बंदा रेना खेला, उसने एक राउंड में पिस्तल में एस निकाला भाई बाकी सब लोग तो क्या ऑर्गेजम ही हो गए वो लोग, पागल ही हो लोग। बोलते बोलते रीना तेरी पपी ले लूंगा।
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
ये क्या हो रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है, ये क्या सुन रहा हूँ मैं?
Pressure into the smokes as well. Shiro
भाई वो क्या था भाई, क्या था वो?
luckily
सही लॉबी था।
did not get
कोच बोल
tagged
रहा
here,
है
but
रियल लाइफ
Global
में लाइन
Esports
सर जरन के पीछे गर्ल्स हैं।
waiting for the right time to completely burst into
ओ
smokes.
भाई ओ
But Global
हाँ
Esports,
कोच ने अपना छुपा के रखा है ना
sent
इसे।
two more
भाई
वो
players.
एक गर्लफ्रेंड तो कोच के पास ही है
वही
भाई।
ना।
कोच के पास गर्लफ्रेंड है भाई।
Famous in town. And these Slasher are still
हम
waiting.
सिंगल
फिर बोलता
है
मैं प्लेयर नहीं हूँ, कोच हूँ मैं।
Inside of showers as well. Kalias all the way from heaven. Now, chip damage all around here for both teams. But it's all about finding that right timing here, and immediately Berserk goes down and he's Slasher. Goes 9 as well. Unfortunately,
अभी कोच मैसेज किया देख, मैसेज देख चैट में।
when you have someone like Berserk's holding on to this base of
अरे
showers.
भाई
ओ भाई
Yeah, it did really well at Berserks to make sure even if he got the second, push up, he did confidently. He didn't give it up. A little bit of a miss here as to where exactly the plant was coming down from Global Esports, but NC Slasher's lurk on the inside that little Cypher cage was immense. 2 big kills and nobody was ready for it. They were checking U-Haul at the moment. They're expecting that somebody to actually crawl in from there. But the problem that arose was that Global Esports had actually put the Nightfall there and they got no information. So it's confusing to me why somebody would check that so late in the round, because they knew that the Nightfall went all the way towards A short.
Aggression all around here from A short. Taking down Crystal this early.
exactly where.
Both teams doing a good job of just keeping each other back here. Just a dump of utils all around neutral. Theft activated already.
हाँ कारण का
And
सच
Boom
है।
Esports make a beeline for B side. Excuse me.
From first year.
Smoke set up already here. Kelly S completely just running onto the area, just trying to meet his teammates. Playing these corners, Shiro.
But senior
Still playing inside the smokes here.
Expert है करण।
Shiro gonna fight Udo-tan there. Does he know there's one more closer?
कारण थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया बस और।
He'll buy some time with that Molly as well here.
Karan
Shiro has
अपने
not
upgrade
been
होता है
moved.
क्या upgrade
Poppy, all he can do is just put in all that pressure inside of that area.
करण
Flash as well,
कुछ पूछ रहे हैं हम।
going to confirm the positions of Patrick Hu as well as his
Karan.
teammate. This Poppy is still being very patient, just waiting for those smokes to
बोल क्या पूछ रहा है?
तेरे को
all eyes
ऐसा
onto
कुछ
the
regret
site
हुआ है
already,
क्या
set
कि
ups
तू
and
late हो गया
crossfires
करके?
all abound.
किस चीज में?
One more player here, Patrick Hu, trying to
chat
slide
पढ़,
forward,
I1 ने क्या
survives. Just gonna try and see if he can get an exit frag. And then finally, the white flag goes up, and they give a round away.
नहीं रे, कभी रिग्रेट नहीं होता है। मैं कभी पीछे था ही नहीं और रिग्रेशन तो कभी रहेगा भी नहीं।
Toe for toe so far. Boom are not giving up, any part of the shop just yet.
करण अभी ऐसा बोल रहा है।
Famazine's been doing really good work in some of these rounds, and then when
नहीं रे, मेरे को सो रहा है।
players like NT Slasher and Berserk stand
मेरे को जरूरत ही नहीं है भाई, रिग्रेशन है ही नहीं तो कभी ट्राई ही नहीं किया तो।
Esports have a tough competition here, have a tough time. The
करण
call's
अपना
been made
पानी
from
का
Juvenile. He needs a little bit of time to talk to his team and to just give him a little bit of instruction as to what exactly, is the plan of action for the next 1, maybe 2 rounds, because they do have
करण साइकिल चलाता है ना?
Patrick. That means
नहीं,
he
नहीं।
can kind of transfer his weapon over
अच्छा
to
अरे
Berserk.
कबीर सिंगर्स बुलेट था ना, करण साइकिल में आया।
Another aggressive round to come on the back of this match.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. Just
बाद में
looking
पता
at
चला
Gary.
पिछली सीट पांडे का
He's
ट्रैक
scrolling
का
through
क्या
memes.
है?
I'm wondering what memes he's looking at. Anyone want to guess?
Probably the latest patch note memes. I don't know, man. Somebody getting
Myself.
honestly. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. One thing I really have been enjoying is Muda. You know Muda, right?
Muda? Oh my god, I love Muda.
Yo, Muda, his
मुझे ऐसा
impressions
लगता है
of
कि
the
next time
agents
से
when they
करण
do the
वॉच पार्टी के लिए
I
नहीं
mean, have you
बोलेगा।
seen his neon
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है
impressions?
अंदर से
Yeah,
वो।
it's amazing. Yo, I love Muda. dude. He's
मैं तो
so
पहले दिन भी
funny.
नहीं आने वाला था।
He
मेरे
really
को लग ही रहा था कि ये होने वाला है करके।
Muda memes, I
तुझे
wouldn't
पहले से
be
पता तो फिर दूसरे दिन
surprised.
क्यों आया तू?
Then you play a sad song in the back and it's just like,
मैं बोला जाने दे करके।
I feel you, man.
भाई नसीब खराब है, नहीं आना चाहिए
For
था।
now, Boom Esports on the back of
अरे नहीं
that.
नसीब नहीं होता भाई, तेरे को कुछ
themselves
वो होना
have
चाहिए कि कोच को रिग्रेट है
themselves to that
क्यों
B-side it seems.
तेरे लिए
They've
कुछ कर
heard
नहीं
that
पाया वो।
ball being deployed.
हमको भी रिग्रेट है।
So
रहने दो भाई, तुम लोग अपना रिग्रेशन अपने पास रखो।
sometime at least. gonna go for the trigger. A deep smoke once again. Nate to come on through. And see Slasher. He's gonna flash on the back of that trigger, I feel. They're gonna cross it all together. That's gonna be the plan.
नहीं चाहिए भाई तुम लोग का समाज सेवा।
समाज सेवा होता तो करण की शादी करा देते हैं भाई, टेंशन ही नहीं चाहिए।
Walked back inside. Now they rush out and that wall goes up and immediately they put that the razor vines there.
हाँ नहीं भाई, अगर शादी का होता था ना भाई,
trying to challenge.
हाँ अपन कुछ कर सकते हैं।
Torrent's already up there. Arc
किसी पंडित को बोला कि 2 हार लेके आते काम हो जाता भाई।
So well with Kelly, yes. But Shiro has already breached hookah side. Oh, timing. I'm sure
करण कॉलेज के 7 फेरे ले रहा है।
He's gonna try and bounce that. He might hear.
क्या लगेगा भाई?
Spots nothing.
No, they know it.
Smokes up already.
जिस इंस्टीट्यूट में भाई को इतने केटी लगे भाई, उसी में अपने
This off angle might give him value. 1, 2, 3, but is Unotan to win it in the end? Unotan! Belong is his playground and we just live here, honestly.
कुछ बोलना है तेरे को? मतलब
Berserk's all alone. 13 seconds to go. 1 on 4. High-low setup.
मैं रेमे से मैच के बारे में सोच रहा हूँ अभी।
Berserk is just gonna have to
बराबर है ना भाई,
concede defeat. This is how many rounds has Boom Esports forced to save already.
Boom.
चल ठीक है
Once again,
अगर गेम शिफ्ट भी हुआ तो कौन सा खेलेगा? इतना तो बता दे।
Too much damage from the utility that was developed, and of course,
कैंडी क्रश तो खेलेगा
once again
नहीं,
to
तू
try
मजाक में
and
बोला।
save the day. Berserks.
बट कौन सा खेलेगा तुझे क्या लगता है
like he
खेल
could have been a lot more.
अरे बोल रहा हूँ ना मैं नहीं खेलता है, BGMI फ्री फायर COD में नहीं खेला कभी।
They were pretty far apart from each other and had no time.
मतलब तूने जैसा वैलोरेंट का जर्नी स्टार्ट किया,
bunch of ultimates could develop here again. Jessica Utaton's got his dead yet.
ए तू PUBG खेला है भाई, BGMI है भाई तू, मेरे फैन में है तू अभी भी।
भाई मेरे को अभी तक जमा नहीं है PUBG और फ्री फायर। एक बार चल फ्री फायर मानता हूँ पर PUBG कभी नहीं जमेगा। नहीं होता ना।
He's still going for blood here, waiting patiently the smokes. He's gonna set it up, but Shiro putting in that pressure finally finds him in the end. Steel guard
looks like
gonna cause the other members of Boom Esports to completely leave as DOS
3 जन है भाई, 3 जन कौन दिख रहा है? एक मैं हूँ। हाँ तो बराबर पहुंच गया।
मैंने देख रहा हूँ, मैं बंद कर दिया।
हाँ नहीं आया है भाई, कोच है।
Oh my God, Berserks!
जरा घर का काम कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा
Crystal here. I don't think
अच्छा
he's found him out quite yet here. Kelly has something moved here. Good straight. Last man standing. Kelly, yes.
ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं, अपने पे इस बार बहुत लोगों का प्लेसमेंट नहीं हुआ है, तो उनके लिए बुला सकते हैं।
I'm really impressed by the members of Global Esports' repositioning, playing off that info so quickly. And the way they played off each other, they don't really double peek in a way that you expect them to. It's big swings. It's a reposition to main. You don't expect them to be there.
Yeah.
कुछ काम कर रहे घर पे, मैं बोला घर का काम है तो फिर अपने पे बहुत लोगों का प्लेसमेंट नहीं हुआ है, बोला ले फिर थोड़ा
कुछ काम
करना पड़ेगा।
घर का काम नहीं रहेगा, घर पसाने का काम कर, चैटिंग कर रहे
घर पसाने का
ओ भाई हद हो गया अभी।
But he himself has not been able to frag out the way he wants to. Whereas on the other end,
आज जीटीआर के इंस्टाग्राम पे पेज पे
E2 is having a bit of a slow game. Fueless.
Thank you for its services.
Yet, but we've known Global Esports to be the 7-heavy esports.
Oh my.
So don't count them out just yet. Okay, where the hell is this guy going?
All the way.
मैंने इसे चैट पे कुछ पूछा नहीं।
But Shiro punishes, but at the cost of a majority of his life. He did a double take. Let's see Slasher. Almost missed that. Wins it out in the end here. Forced out of his sight already. Pops that flash as well. Shiro with only 3 HP quickly just moved out the way as well. Let's see Slasher has to wait out that smoke. Global Esports, they have other things in mind. They've put
भाई ये बंदा तो फूल खोल रहा है एक-एक करके मेरा।
Trying to see if he can catch anyone in the midst of rotation. I think DOS
Ivan.
They got the flash already. The arc rose. They know he's inside there, but
करण देखो स्टॉक मार्केट आता है क्या?
completely swarm Global
हाँ बहुत अच्छी तरह आता है।
They get the round.
सुन ना मैं तेरे को 500 देता हूँ, बढ़ा के देगा।
my opinion, from Global Esports.
एक रुपए
They
नहीं चाहिए
sent
भाई, मैं
Patrick
दूसरों का करता नहीं हूँ.
all the way to their spawn, and I thought that, you know, okay, maybe this is a trick to just make him go all the way there, you know, somehow crawl his way through, and then they're gonna go B because he got in so far deep in enemy lines within just what 20 seconds. So instantly they twisted back.
आइवन को सजेशंस दिया है मैंने, उसको काम कर रहा है पर अच्छा खासा.
They realized that Global Esports are not gonna have to rotate into that B side mostly from hookah, so they took
उसको फायदा हो गया
NT slash
मेरे
staying
सजेशन.
alive there was the biggest thing he could do. Pressure on Global Esports, funnel them into elbow, and that's all they needed to finish off the round.
He spotted out the arc rose and it just pushes Shiro away from his off angle. You see Hans, you see smokes. It's chaos here.
अरे लानेश, मैं ये वाला वाइपर बॉल के बारे में बात कर रहा था. देखना, उसने हुक्का से डाला है और ए साइड तक आ रहा है. देख जरा.
हाँ तो किया ना तूने.
अरे पर मैं हुक्का से नहीं किया, मैं नीचे से किया था.
करण कोच बोल रहा है
लॉन्ग से डाला था मैंने. मैं म्यूचुअल फंड्स का बात कर रहा था. म्यूचुअल फंड्स वाला तो उसके लिए फायदा ही हो रहा है. वो माने मैंने. अबे वो लॉस वाला तो उसने खुद से लिया है, मैंने थोड़ी बताया उसको. मैंने कब बताया?
30 seconds to go. One enemy remains. But wow! Oh my god, famous! As expected! He puts in a damage with that outlaw, and Global Esports, they could not even retaliate.
That's kind of what I was expecting to happen as well. He had the outlaw, right, and he didn't fire any bullets. I'm pretty sure that in 2 quick successions, Famazine could just destroy them, and he did exactly that. Was confused for the first second as to where exactly they could come. Maybe do a repeated pistol round where they, you know, cycle through elbow and go in towards the A side. But no, he's ready for it. And 2 amazing shots there. Because even if he had missed one, I think he would have.
भाई क्या चालू है बे? म्यूचुअल फंड वाला इसीलिए तो चालू किया था ना खुद से, जब मैं बात कर रहा था. अबे मैं ही तो बोला था कि म्यूचुअल फंड अच्छे होते हैं. अबे वो म्यूचुअल फंड वाले में लॉस में नहीं है, स्टेक में लॉस में.
ये चैनल के कितने मॉडरेटर्स हैं? जरिन
हाँ 2 ही है. आइवन और मेरा अकाउंट एक. देखो चाहिए.
नहीं मैं पूछ रहा था. नहीं भाई.
He's got all 3 smokes left, and he's got so much help.
सबका कर रहा तो कर ले.
Those tripwires, I'm not sure they're gonna be strong enough to stop this 5-man attack.
कर सकता है ना, की लिमिट है.
नहीं कर सकते हैं. मगर अपन मॉड वाली देख रही, इसके लिए मैं ऐसा बता रहा था. आइवन को किया.
Majority of the members of Boom Esports are all the way onto A here. The tripwire does get triggered. Berserks reacts.
देख किया रे.
Find Patrick who? He's just quickly gonna reposition himself away. With that sound, the members of Boom Esports is gonna quickly reposition themselves, rotating over. Berserks falls. Now Udotan, an aggressive stance here from the other side of smokes. A nice cross, a flash onto side as well, but look at that. Coming through here, Crystal sprays. Poppy good for one, and he's slashed by Crystal. Kalias for one, and what a spray transfer! What a hold! Kalias is our main character this round.
Great initiation there once again from the IGO. Initially, 2 players got caught here from the tripwires, and I was like, okay then, maybe not the best of scenarios to be in, but then Kelly S jumps on top, takes things into his own hands, and finishes off the round. Realizes that they're just pistols, we don't need to be scared to peek them, just peek them together. Global Esports clearly have a bit of, you know, I would say, kind of have a ick towards these eco rounds.
Yeah, but for now, we're just gonna go for a quick pause as well. Now, let's talk a little bit, Universe. What exactly is happening here? I mean, there was a bit of a lead set up by Global Esports earlier, but what is Boom Esports doing right now?
प्रीमियर खेलते टाइम या कॉम्पी खेलते टाइम
Boom Esports do have a good game plan. I feel like they're focusing a lot on the retake. They're not going aggressive on the defensive side. They're not pushing out on you know, towards the main part of the regions where you could find Global Esports off guarded. By the regions I mean A short and hookah. 2 regions where Global Esports are not too
कुछ आया था जो मुझे बोलना नहीं है.
Hollow control, they hold off one
भाई,
player there and make sure
इतना
that
याद
nobody's
रखना।
switching off of that place from
एक
Boom
तो
Esports.
YT पे रिकॉर्ड होगा, इसका
If
क्लिप
they
बनेगा।
read into that really quickly, because so far Global Esports have
नहीं
been
कुछ
able
ज्यादा
to
होएगा
either
जो बोल रहा
showers
नहीं तो
or B log,
और इसमें
and
सीन
it's
क्या
been
मालूम
giving
है
him the
क्या?
success.
इंस्टा का और
Because Boom
यूट्यूब का
Esports
आईडी
end
पास
up
सबके
fighting
पास
them
है।
in those exact same places, and the utility dump from Global Esports is so
मैं
high
क्लिप करने के
that
लिए
they're
रेडी
just
है,
not
जेरिन जो बोलना है
able
बोल।
to hold off their attack. In the
नहीं
previous
मैं
round,
रहने
they had a stack on that A side, did not rotate until the
गद्दारी
very
कर दे।
last second when Berserk said, "Okay, I've gotten one kill. Now they're coming in here." That's when the rotation
मैं
started
बोला
to
कि
come in. So they were really committed on the fact that this is going to be a
टॉल
game
में क्यों
win.
जाना
Similar
है
reads
गेम में
like
सीट
this,
कर रहा है
maybe
इतना
2 or
सारा
3 times could throw them into the
Oh
mix, but they're
my
going to sneak up.
Oh.
We're going to let that slide.
oh
I feel like Global Esports, forgive me, Boom Esports right now should be taking 2 steps forward, set up Famous Scene with that
एक
off
क्लिप
in
होगा
good
अभी।
positions towards maybe A short, take an aggressive stance, get a pick and get back out. That's going to be really good because Famous
उसने
Scene
क्लिप
is
के लिए बोला है।
really good on that
जैसे
operator.
मैं भी
And
क्लिप
I
के
feel
लिए
like
बोला
he's
हूँ
got the
ये
ability
निकल गया
to
भाई
take a pick
लेफ्ट
and then
साइड
instantly get back out of dodge. So if they're able to put that into good use, Global Esports will be in trouble.
भाई को लगी होगी रे, आएगा वापस।
Honestly. Okay, this has nothing to do with what you said earlier, but I am curious about one thing. Does it actually help when you have these
अच्छा
flashing
अच्छा
lights
वो
and
स्पेसिफिक
sounds
डायलॉग करण के
when
लिए
you
था, अभी
practice?
मैं रियलाइज किया।
I mean, it's the best thing they could come up with, right? To kind of simulate
वो
the
सवाल पूछा था
upstage
इसलिए उसको
scenario,
Onstage
the
feel, the
environment.
lights.
भाई
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got a
dialogue
speaker
था,
in the
game में
background
इतना
as well
cheat
that's
करता है।
simulating
Oh, wait,
the
real?
fan
तो
noises.
भाई
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier too.
बात
They've
है
got
कि
a
फिर भाई
speaker somewhere in the
अगर
background there where
जब
they're
अपने
simulating
कॉम्पी
loud
खेलते हैं
fan noises, you know,
हम्म
तो भाई
desk
पूरा मैप ही
bangs and
भरता
all
होगा
that stuff.
भाई।
So they've got sound cues in the background. There are also flashes light constantly above them, around them, just to give them the
अगर इनको
feel
नया
of
नया
how it is to be on the VCT
लॉन्च करना पड़ेगा
stage.
शीट मैप।
And hopefully this is going to help them gain that experience. And maybe we're going to be doing more of these as well in the future so that Global Esports can constantly keep playing, you know, in scenarios like these where they're
भाई
pressured
पूर्व
in
लेफ्ट
to
चैट
just
भाई
kind of hone their skills
कौन कौन
and
कौन
playing as
गया
good teams.
करण गया
भाई।
You know, coming into this one, right? I love when teams actually kind of set their, you know, doing this extra stuff. You never really think about these things when you're practicing, you know? And I think that's also kind of the reason why, you know, tier 1 teams are just so different. Regardless, we're finally back into this game this time. Oh, we have lineups.
Yeah, seems like it. We're going for a set play here from Global Esports, and the Razor Runs are going to push them inside the shower side, and there's a reveal as well. That is brilliant, but the hold-up is great.
Oh my god! Really gotta give it to DOS9. Ballsy to be able to hold down showers that
करण
way.
डिस्कॉर्ड में है ना कि गया
गया गया वो
गया
He's gotten control of the spike right now, whereas Global Esports, both the players are splitting up currently.
Famous?
Which is an interesting shot. Yeah, and like I said, I called it. The operator.
भाई अपन मैच से बहुत दूर आ गए। मैच क्या चल रहा है?
Good positions.
भाई मैच खत्म होने आ रही है इतना बात
Oh!
इसको पता है मेरे
Oh
बहुत टॉपिक
man,
बनते हैं इसके लिए गया
DOS9
वो।
was not expecting that. He was expecting someone to come in from outside of showers.
ये भी इतना क्लोज चल रहा है भाई
so
मैच
confusing, right? You have no clue who's attacking or defending at one point. They just walk in like it's anyone's sight. Now all eyes onto Heaven's area. A 1-on-3 here. Shiro's positioned himself all the way near the spawn.
अपना एडिटर को
Bono
नहीं
time. The flash comes through. It's enough info for him already. 20 seconds to go. He has a lot of
Yes,
time to
yes.
implement. But it's a matter of trying to isolate these fights. Not going to be able to because Boom Esports reacts so quickly.
Yeah, bit of a decision-making lapse there from Global Esports and a couple of really good counter utility pieces coming in from Boom. That Molotov from DOS9 was absolutely amazing. The timing of it, because the minute he put down that Molotov, only one person could get through. Who? Patrick. And the minute he slid out, he got damage from the molly and the bullets were ready for him right in the face. And on top of that, he finished off a player behind him in the smoke as well. DOS9 did not know that this kind of a hit was coming. This kind of set play. The set play was great from Global Esports. Don't mistake me on that. But the readjustment from Boom, Berserks, and DOS9 did amazingly well to destroy 3 players there together.
Wow, more aggressive lineups already, and Boom Esports are completely ready for that. Breaking the utility as it went down here. Doing a good job of just reading the team. They've already taken control of B-Long as well here, but Kelly, yes. As soon as that arc rose hits, they are gonna immediately react of it. Fast lane up already. And the Steel Garden goes live. GE, no follow-ups quite yet. And somehow Shiro managed to get a pick-off onto Kelly S with his snake bite. Poppy had made his way slowly into U-Haul already. The Prowler comes up here. No one is close here, and Patrick, who cannot hold on as the members of Boom Esports find GE one by one. Udo touched by Berserks, but Crystal left alone here inside Showers. Gonna be spotted out by that Roomba eventually. Thought about going inside of Showers, but thinks twice about it. He has a spike. He can try to pick a pop-off hits. And I think for Boom Esports, they may have an idea that he may have rotated
30
off.
seconds
They
left.
positioned themselves all the way near CT side.
क्वालिफायर से क्या
ये नहीं ऑफ सीजन है
Game, play for the plant here. They don't need to give it
ये दोनों टीम वीसीटी के लिए क्वालिफाई की है
Crystal, while he might get the plant down,
हाँ
he's searching for a weapon.
हाँ ऑफ सीजन चल रहा है नया रोस्टर है ना तो सब ट्राई करे कि कॉम वगैरह स्ट्रेटजी सब
Here, throws in a recon just to clear off, has a smoke to play with, and it's a 1v3.
A lot of sprays coming through here. Anti-slasher falls, but not DOS9. Insane performance from Boom Esports.
भाई बूम निकाल रहा है भाई डिपेंडिंग
Big decision here from Global Esports. That Steel Garden, the minute it was popped right here, right now, it was supposed to make a fair fight for Global Esports. Then, once again, one single Molotov stopping them from even expecting that. DOS9's utility has saved them 3 rounds in a row now, and Boom Esports are on a flying roll right now because of that.
अरे भाई एल्फ्रेड भाई भी आ गया भाई चार्ट में
Because that Steel Garden was absolutely of no use.
स्पेस रखा है आज हम लोग का डिसाइडिंग है प्रीमियर में
Displaced already by that Prowler, Famous. Had to quickly TP, but there's someone, his teammates are waiting for him. Does get tagged by that Prowler eventually. They're all on A side here. Only 2 members of Boom Esports watching over B. These 2 players, they can put in damage. We've seen it happen before. See that Yokam forced back by that snake bite. I see the metal thrown out as well here. Shiro gonna fight Udo-tan, but Yokam to fall on the backside here. Not dead yet, alive. But it's gonna be a barbecue by DOS9 onto Yokam. DOS9 perfection. 3 members downed already. And somehow Global Esports left to only 1 player left before it just pops by Famous. 10 to Boom Esports' name, and they are making their lead bigger and bigger.
Right now, it's not Global Esports against Boom Esports. Right now, it's Global Esports. First kill DOS9, then versus Boom Esports. This guy has been a tyrant for 4 rounds in a row. He's read them perfectly. Once again, his win condition, his utility, his Molotov, his ultimate, and then, of course, if you get past all you've got his...
खेल रहा है ना लेकिन अपने साथ बाहर किस बात के लिए
an absolute monster right now, and he's been making plays of his life so far. Global Esports have not found a single way to outmaneuver his utility pieces because they're getting out of the smoke. Yes, was the first point of contact Udo-tan? Why? Because he hasn't not dead yet. The trade comes in, Udo-tan comes back online. But what DOS9 does, he does not go for the fight first. Throws in the ultimate, causes more chaos, makes them head into difficult positions, and then proceeds to find his right fights. He's been absolutely amazing so far, and Boom have to give all the credit to him. And to be fair, I feel like he's gotten great support around the site as well. The reason why he's succeeding so well is because Boom's reads from Shiro of positioning him on Showers or on B site for the last 5-6 rounds have been perfection.
I agree. I mean, I was gonna say, DOS9 was the shining player from VCLSA last season, right? All eyes were on him. And I thought that this change would kind of like make him struggle, but he seems to really thrive with this team. Bit of a quiet game the first 2 maps, but now he's online. He feels good.
Kelly S looking to set up his duelist right now. But there's a tripwire there to stop him. He's going to go through it pretty quickly. They need to break it down.
They're trying to break it, actually, yeah.
Yeah, Shower's control has been taken up by Global Esports, but nowhere else on the map have they shown any kind of presence. B is completely uncontested, and that's going to give Famazine maybe a little bit of relaxation to rotate over to the A side. That's why Boom have not moved an inch anywhere from that A side. They're feeling completely comfortable. They know that Global Esports have not shown anything on B, and they don't need to be worried right now. Even Hookah was just cleared off with a flash from NT Slasher, and that's just going to make things so much more easier for Boom.
Util does buy a bit of time, but we already have one member of Global already on the site. Shiro from the smokes. So is Patrick Hu. But Molly buys a bit of space for them. They get the plant. Not denied at all. Despite the pain shells, the amount of pressure coming through here. Famous quick to react. Poppy gets knocked down. And the other members too. Neural theft activated, and GE, their whole positions gonna be exposed to the whole team of Boom Esports. Slasher.
Yeah.
It's been massive. And it is good for one. And in fact, good
Bye,
for one
bye.
team even.
निकाल रही है Boom.
They thrive on buying this time.
11-8. Once again, it is like I mentioned, they were showing no presence on B, right? NT Slasher had control of B long completely. He threw in a flash outside of Hookah to clear that as well. This was a very, very easy round for Boom Esports because they read it perfectly. Once again, the setup of Patrick was completely only to take the control of the front site. They put down 2 smokes on the left and right of green boxes. But then what? Where are you going to go and take your fights? You're going to plant down short, but you need some picks. You need to kind of step up a little bit. You're going to spread out in an eco round. Not going to work for you. Global Esports in huge trouble right now of trying to maintain map control against their opponents, because look at where DOS9 is currently positioned. He's got Showers all by himself thanks to the flash from NT Slasher. This is, I believe, Paper X had done this in VCT season, and yeah, things are just crumbling for Global Esports right now.
Scout destroyed.
I don't have an answer at all on how exactly to execute. Regardless of whether it's a strong or weak side, they just
अटैक ही निकालना पड़ेगा.
with a bit more pressure. We already have the pit set up as well. Yeah, you have that space onto Octagon. You have the space onto the front of site. Can you get
तो वही जाना पड़ेगा B पे अल्टे.
They're forced off.
A पे साइफर का ट्रैप है से.
Now, Global Esports just looking for anything at this point, any form of information. And while all this is happening, by the way, guys, remember, DOS9 is still sitting in that TP. If that tripwire towards Showers triggered, if that's where Global Esports decides to go, then this is going to be a problem. But it doesn't seem like it. Smokes down on site for sure. A little bit of detection coming in, and Boom Esports ready for the fight.
वही बहुत सारा स्पेस ले सकते हैं उसके वजह से मैप में.
Dodges the dart. Nearly TP. And they immediately get denied by the orbital strike. Our pros set up already. GE just blocks the zone. Famous!
Bye.
Showstopper just finds 2 as the
निकाल लिए रे
rest
Boom.
is completely swarmed.
निकाल लेंगे.
Biggest problem that Global Esports is facing
वही.
the swarm and the collapse of the members onto the rest of Global Esports.
I'm sorry, this was one of the most amazing rounds I've seen from Shiro just yet. The call to not rotate at the last 15 seconds.
ये साहिल मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, तू अपना मैच स्ट्रीम करेगा क्या?
Even though they deployed 2 smokes, a flash, a razor right, and everything, this man has a gigabyte
जेरिन बोल रहा था
right now against Global Esports.
OBS में स्ट्रीम करते हुए FPS ड्रॉप नहीं होता. ट्राई किया था तू?
वो G-Force में नहीं होता रे. होता है. होगा. इसलिए मैं तेरे को बोला ना, नहीं इसलिए मैं तेरे को बोला कि एक बार लो करके देख ग्राफिक, तो तेरा पहले से FPS हाई रहेगा ना, चीज तो कुछ जाएगा. फिर तो स्ट्रीम भी करेगा ना वैसा कर. हाँ करके देख लेना तो चाहिए तो. चलेगा ट्राई करते. नहीं तो G4 से भी लाइव स्ट्रीम होता है क्या मालूम नहीं मुझे, देखना पड़ेगा. रिकॉर्ड भी कर सकते तो नहीं, बस वीडियो डाल सकते हैं पूरे प्रीमियर का.
आई थिंक G-Force में स्क्रीन कैप्चरिंग करके कुछ था या फिर स्ट्रीमिंग करके था.
United
रिकॉर्ड तो मालूम है, रिकॉर्ड तो कर रहे हैं हम लोग।
Crystal
नहीं
लाइव स्ट्रीम कर
स्ट्रीम
रहे
कर नहीं तो स्ट्रीमिंग करके कुछ तो ऑप्शन था वी कोर्स में।
Global Esports get another round.
हाँ
Yeah, it's a difficult one as well. After giving up at least 4,
तो
maybe
अपने को
5
समझ
rounds
ज्यादा वो सीन नहीं
today.
है कि हाँ भाई यूट्यूब पे जाओ ये करो
It's
वो करो,
towards the end of
डायरेक्ट
the
ओबीएस
game
से स्टार्ट
here.
किया तो हो
They
गया।
finally get one back, but it's not going to be enough
सर है।
because they need to put up 3 more in a row to at least find something. And I believe that Boom are going to continue on making themselves available to every part of the map. Right now, Famazine is going to travel in towards Showers and he's going to find
कुछ नहीं हुआ।
Crystal alongside the Brimstone swinging out, but the smoke's been quite early on. Tripwire has been put down as well. So Showers control
Lanish
already
पढ़ाई कर रहा है
hands
भाई।
of Boom Esports at the moment as
लानिश इस
Global
बार
Esports right now
कमबैक
playing
करेगा।
for a bit
वही
of waiting for information.
नहीं कर रहा
The
उधर,
site, by the way,
चालू भी नहीं
completely has been rendered
भाई तू ही नोट्स भेज रहा है
pointless
भाई।
by GE because
मेरा
they're
नहीं है वो,
pushing short.
मैं
Not
फिर भी
even
भेजा,
Famous
तुम लोग
pushing
चालू
that
किए रहेगे तो
position.
मदद
And
करने के
they're
लिए।
heading in as a split push in towards the B site.
सही है सही है।
This time around, they immediately get the scout gets
भाई तुम
destroyed
लोग
already
किस
as
को शेयर
well.
करते हैं? साला हम लोग इसमें सब
Now,
आस्तीन के
Faulutan
सांप है, एक ग्रुप में रहने के बाद
gonna
भी
go
सब
for an
शेयर
aggressive
नहीं
stance
करते।
here. Walk up as his teammates quickly pivot onto the A site there.
अरे
अरे
तो
भाई अरे मोपो इतना झूठ बोलते हैं, अगर बोलेगा ना
Wonder
अभी
if
समझ, अभी
Urutan
हम लोग
will
है ना
be able to
ईपीएस
get a pick off
पावर
here
सिस्टम
somehow.
का एक है और एक एआईएमएल है। बंदे लोग क्या बोलते हैं, सुबह में एआईएमएल करते हैं, शाम में ईपीएस करते हैं। अभी तू बोलेगा ना कि हाँ भाई मेरे को ईपीएस का नोट चाहिए, तू शाम में कॉल किया, बोलता है नहीं रे भाई मैं आज शाम में है ना एआईएमएल कर रहा हूँ, मॉर्निंग में मैं ये कर रहा हूँ।
Come in. This is the shot. There comes the nade and stun, and he's gonna have to get back.
Patrick Wu just walking straight up onto the side, but Famous still has not been moved at all from U-Haul. Kelly has faults. Missy Slash has somehow managed to pick. But here comes the Nightfall as well. Famous moved out the way here. And Patrick Wu from the other end, just holding down the line backside. Marching down to the side here. The C is already set up here, and the sprays are
ओ
true!
भाई
Patrick Wu back in the game.
डबल निकाला,
Aggressive as ever. But search
2v2 है,
for
ऑल निकाला भी,
overdrive will be popped as well, just to buy a little bit more
निकाला
space.
नहीं और
Crystal is there.
निकाला निकला
Playing
निकला
off his
क्रिस्टन
teammate.
भाई
And now
निकाला।
we hit a 10 for Global Esports.
Again, extremely hard fought here. Had to come down to the very end. A little bit of attention seeking from Patrick, so that
अब तक नहीं
Crystal
मालूम,
can play from the background
रात
and
तक शायद
be a
मालूम पड़ेगा।
hero.
नहीं कल
But
तो
the
मैं नहीं
first two
क्योंकि
kills,
कल
the
मैं कॉलेज जा
C's
रहा हूँ।
and that slide, absolutely amazing.
अच्छा अच्छा,
These
कब तक
two have
20
been doing good work for
और
the last
तक
two
है,
rounds.
कब तक है, याद
Crystal,
नहीं आ
of
रहा।
course, been on top of things, but it's still 10 to 12. Global Esports have so much work to do. The operator, by the way, still active on Famousine's hands, and Showers one.
Saturday is okay.
Global
Matches.
Esports back they go towards B. A bit of a miss on the lineup there from Kilias, which means B Long is still open for the taking for NC Slasher.
Walls up, trips are really set up here. GE has a lot to deal with right now. Steel Garden set up already. Unfortunately, one more time, he's gonna get caught by the trip and will eventually go down to the molly. That is painful! But Kalias is there at the very least. Walls up already, NC Slasher being very patient. But two members of GE threw that smokes. But the same could be said about Boom Esports here. Waiting for the smokes to window. They both swing and they both fall. Dots9 putting in the damage. Kalias at least finds one to his name. Rendered so low here. Kalias missed
GG होगा सर।
for that Trailblazer before finally Crystal gets knocked down too. And now Global Esports not able to win it. And now Boom Esports will be taking the first win between these two Tier 1 teams of Pacific.
सही है भाई।
Let's try it really hard, but unfortunately that control
अटैकिंग नहीं हो पाया बस
just
उनका
not
अच्छे से।
going in their favor. Boom were more than ready for that fight.
चल
They
तो जीजी।
expected that fight, and they were just absolutely on point with their positions to take it. Two different targets on two different angles. It was not even an up and down so that they could line up. Global Esports will suffer another loss in the show.
चल तो बाय बाय, बंद कर दो।
अरे रुक, ओबीएस से चेक करने देता।
अरे
वैलोरेंट
हाँ, मगर ये डिस्प्ले कैप्चर है, शायद दिखेगा क्या मालूम नहीं, देखते। अपडेट है। ओबीएस में करना गेम कैप्चर होता है क्या? क्यों डिस्प्ले पूरा दिखेगा नहीं था? हाँ लेफ्ट में सोर्सेस में ऐड कर। हाँ गेम कैप्चर हाँ ओके ओके कर। हाँ बिकिलो ये रख सी रख अभी तो ना तो चाहिए।
इधर ही हूँ, इधर ही हूँ। ओह अरे साहिल, तूने जो ये रखा है ना, क्या बोलते हैं, स्क्रीन कैप्चर का, अगर तू वो ओबीएस में है, उसका पर्टिकुलर एक ही स्क्रीन रखने का। नहीं तो तेरा भी व्हाट्सएप खुला ना, तो वो भी लाइव स्ट्रीम पे वही खुलेगा, डिस्कॉर्ड भी दिखेगा। तो तेरा ओबीएस का खाली एक ही रखने का स्क्रीन कैप्चर में, तीन आई थिंक।
स्पेसिफिक विंडो कर
हाँ स्पेसिफिक विंडो करना
ओबीएस
पड़ेगा।
में उसमें है ऑप्शन ठीक है उसमें ऑप्शन है ओबीएस खोल प्रॉपर्टीज में जा। हाँ पर मोड में
ये
सेलेक्ट कर मोड
मोड में
फर्स्ट वाला
सिलेक्ट
हाँ
कर। हाँ
स्पेसिफिक
स्पेसिफिक
विंडो हाँ
विंडो, विंडो
उसमें देख
विंडो सिलेक्ट
विंडो
कर।
में देख वैलोरेंट आया नहीं आया
नॉन क्लाइंट है,
ओपन नहीं
राइट राइट।
नहीं नहीं वो आएगा वैलोरेंट आना चाहिए सेव 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 अभी ओपन एंड वही हाँ भाई
जेरिन का चालू हुआ है शायद, स्नैप भेजा था।
क्या भेजा था मैं स्नैप
पढ़ने का।
मैं वो जिम
इनके
का
अलावा
स्नैप
भी
आता
भेजता है।
है नहीं नहीं क्या भेजा है
हाँ उसी का डर है मेरे को भी।
नहीं दिख रहा है वो वैलोरेंट दिख रहा है हाँ कर ओके अभी कर वाओ डेट में क्या था हम्म हो सकता है क्योंकि इतना लोग किया तो क्या एनवीडिया सब वैलोरेंट में इतना यूज नहीं करेगा इसमें यूज करेगा ओबीएस सब में रिकॉर्डिंग उतना होना ना तो नहीं चाहिए वैसा मेरी सबसे हाँ स्क्रीन में बराबर दिख रहा है मेरा फुल स्क्रीन ऐसा नहीं दिख रहा, देख ना लैनिस एक बार देख, ऐसा दिख रहा है।
हाँ फुल स्क्रीन दिख रहा है,
Warm up.
चलेगा ना वैसा?
वैसे
नॉर्मली सबका
बराबर है।
ऐसा बराबर है। देखो हाँ बराबर बराबर है। अभी कितना FPS आ रहा है? 300 आ रहा है ना? उल्टा यार डिस्कॉर्ड का ये भी चालू है, स्क्रीन वाला। डिस्कॉर्ड का स्क्रीन कैप्चर बंद कर। बस ऐसे रख। कितना आ रहा है? मैच
मेरे को इसका स्ट्रीम से तो 200-300 दिख रहा है, काफी है शायद।
काफी है ना? नहीं साहिल को बोल, साहिल को काफी है।
साहिल तेरा माइक ऑफ है ऑफिस?
वही
भाई भाई ऐसा क्या खेला?
300 आ रहा है, देख
चार्जिंग पे है ना?
300 200।
ओ भाई